It's game day exclusive on TalkSport, live at Elland Road, which is full. It's heaving here. The noise is electric as Leeds prepare to take on Manchester United. Live and exclusive and only on TalkSport. We've got 10 to kick off. The pitch has been cleared, the sprinklers are on, and we await the players coming out onto the dance floor to give us a show. They're certainly giving them a show on TalkSport 2, because it's Birmingham 2, Coventry City 1. Marvin Dukes with the opener for Birmingham. Josh Eccles quickly equalised. Lewis Kumas on loan from Liverpool has put Birmingham back in front. QPR leads Sheffield Wednesday 1-0. Rue Burrell has gone into double figures this season, the Jamaican international. 10 for the campaign. QPR leading bottom of the table Sheffield Wednesday by a 1-0 at Loftus Road. Steve Bruce, former Premier League winning captain at Manchester United. Aaron Lennon, who was born in Leeds and started his career at Leeds United and played in this grudge match as well, are with us for commentary of Leeds against Manchester United. And Steve, Ruben Amorim was asked about the young players that Manchester United have and whether they'll be affected by the hostile atmosphere here today. He said they got to deal with it. They need to be ready. It sounds very simple, but are they going to be ready, these youngsters?
Well, certainly it'll be a wonderful experience for them, and the only time that you know about experience is coming to places like this, learning from it, how to deal with it, how to play on it. These young kids of today, though, seem to just relish the challenge of it. So it will be a big ask if any of them are asked to come onto the pitch. Certainly the two Fletcher twins in particular, we know a little bit. We talked about them the last couple of weeks. It's an opportunity for all these young lads if they do get that opportunity on the pitch.
Indeed, it is. I watched an 18-year-old for Wolves yesterday absolutely rip it up. He wasn't just playing well and had a hand in all 3 goals, scoring a beauty. He was ordering players about, senior teammates around. He was pointed where they should be going. And
I was listening to it afterwards. They were saying where he came from. He came here from Portugal as a 9-year-old and then went to Rochdale, didn't it, before Wolves took him away down there. Yeah, I mean, when a team's in crisis, then you can go into the young lads and they give you that youthful exuberance which a young player can give you, and certainly we witnessed it yesterday at Wolves. What a wonderful game the kid had.
Yeah, he's got a future. And Aaron Lennon, you were a teenager. I think there was a league game, Premier League game and a cup game you played in against Man United here at Elland Road. How did you cope as a youngster in that atmosphere?
I thrived on it. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, walking out here at Elland Road, being a local lad, it's one of the best grounds to play at. So for me, I just relished it. I relished every moment stepping out here at Elland Road. Look, today is going to be rocking. It's going to be absolutely fierce. And I'm not so sure these Man United players, never mind just the young players, I'm not sure some of these Man United players are going to be ready for what's coming.
Aidan Heaven is another teenager who's starting today, Steve Bruce, in your old position, centre-back. He actually looks like he's doing okay. He won the ball for the goal the other day in the 1-1 draw with Wolves. Kind of went unnoticed a little bit, but he's growing into the role. He looks okay, doesn't he?
Well, there we are. He's been given this opportunity with no Maguire, no De Ligt, and he's come in from nowhere really, and all of a sudden looks a real good player. So he'll learn from his experience today, that's for sure, because none of them are new players really. I'll have had this intensity of what this ground can produce, and he should enjoy it and hopefully relish in it. But the boy Heaven in particular has played very well of late. Everybody's delighted with him. And
it's a difference there, Aaron, isn't there? Because if you look at Leeds, some of the signings they made, but the team they're putting out today, the 3 at the back, 26 years old, all of them, some of them internationals. Strauker's good. This is his 100th Premier League appearance for Leeds, I think. James Justin, England national, 27 years old. Goodmanson, 26-year-old Swedish international. Yes, they've got some youngsters at the football club, but to stay in the Premier League, they've decided to go down this route.
They have gone down this route. Like you said, they've got some really experienced players there. Even, like I said, they're at good ages. They've got, like you said, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in again, another experienced Premiership player. And you need that. You need that balance. Look, this league is non-forgiving, so you need to have players who are ready to play. And look, it's always great to bring young lads through, and Leeds has a great academy. and they always look to bring through young lads. But you do need that balance and experience also to get you through these, especially through games like today.
And big physical players. One of the targets this summer was to bring in big, huge men to play in the most physical league in the world.
Yeah, if you look at Leeds' signings, if you look at Leeds' lineup, you watch them warming up today, it's a big team. There's some big units in there, and that's effective in both boxes as well. Like you said, Daniel Farker, you looked at his team last season, there was always good footballers, really good on the ball, technically good footballers, but then you did question, do they have that physicality? Can they change it up? And especially now playing this system, it really suits this system, having them big players in there.
Well, I remember having a conversation with the great Arsene Wenger a lot of years ago now, and when he first came into the Premier League, the first thing he did was identify that a player has to be big, physically strong, powerful, quick, was the remit of what he had. And when you look at the great Arsenal team they put together, all of them were 6'2", could run, big, powerful. Throughout the team, they were an absolutely unbelievable team he put together. And I can understand why Leeds have gone about their business in the way they have. Certainly in the warm-up, you don't get it. That's the first time I've seen Leeds live. I've only seen them in the warm-up. They are big, strong, powerful, and that helps in this league.
It does. There's a lot of fans who are looking at you, Steve Bruce. I'm not quite sure why the Leeds fans are looking at you.
Well, I'm going to see if you're a friend of mine now, Adrian, sitting up here. I'm getting a few dirty looks up here, I have to tell you.
Peterborough United lead at Lincoln by a goal to nil. Harry Leonard, his 8th of the season. But, as you could hear, the teams are on their way out here at Ellen Road for this huge encounter. And, of course, it's on TalkSport. Every midweek Premier League game this coming week is live and exclusive on the TalkSport network. You're going to need the TalkSport app, so get that on your phone or your device. In fact, with those Premier League games and the FA Cup third round next weekend, there are 23 live commentaries across the TalkSport network between now and Liverpool taking on Barnsley in the FA Cup third round a week tomorrow. But listen to that noise. Stand by for a big one here as Leeds take on Manchester United in the white-hot, red-hot atmosphere of Ellen Road. Commentary on TalkSport comes from this trio. Born and made in Leeds, former England winger Aaron Lennon, and Manchester United title winner, captain and legend Steve Bruce. And calling the game, Leeds United against Manchester United, it's your commentator on TalkSport, Sam Matterface.
Thank you very much, Adrian. A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Ellen Road. It is the War of the Roses, the white rose of Yorkshire against the red of Lancashire. One side of the Pennines against the other, fueled by historic feuds, industrial disputes and geographic proximity. Ask most around here and they will tell you there ain't out like it. It's been pretty one-sided over recent times. The last time that Leeds beat Manchester United, they were a League One club. Jermaine Beckford made himself an FA Cup and Leeds hero. But the truth is, Leeds have won just one of their last 19 Premier League meetings between the two. But if anyone is marching on together right now, it's Leeds. Ask Liverpool, ask Manchester City, ask Chelsea. And here at Ellen Road, where they are fueled by an intense, motivated crowd who will aim to intimidate some of the younger members of this United squad, they are well up for it. The atmosphere is unbelievable. These are the games that still get the hairs standing up on the back of your neck, Aaron Lennon.
Oh, the noise is incredible in here. You can barely hear yourself think. It is so loud in here now. The Leeds fans are right at it. I'm telling you, this is going to be intense today. If Leeds United can start fast, this is going to be a difficult afternoon for Manchester United.
I don't care whether they're 15 or they're 55 or 65. Everybody seems to be singing in here, Sam. It's a good job I don't know the words, by the way, or I might be joining in with them. It's quite remarkable just sitting amongst them and watching them and getting behind the team already, you know.
Well, Manchester United have won the initial battle, which is turning Leeds United round. They will shoot from right to left in the first half towards the John Revie stand, and they will start with Perry in goal, Bonal, Pio and Strout the back three, Justin and Gudmundsson the wing backs, Stack and Gruev behind Aronson in the 10, and Calvert-Lewin and Okafor returning to the starting lineup. Manchester United in red shirts, black shorts and black socks attacking the Norman Hunter stand to our right. Lomans is their goalkeeper, the back three. Euro, Heaven and Martinez, Dallo and Shaw the wing-backs, Ugarte and Casemiro in midfield, Cunha and Dorgu supporting Benjamin Šeško in attack. He hasn't scored a goal since October. Boy, could he do with one here. And Manchester United set up to take the kick-off, and they set up almost rugby formation to nudge the ball back, send it long and go for a battle downfield. Our referee is Jared Gillett. He blows his whistle. He goes back to Senna Lomans, who immediately kicks for touch towards the corner. It's headed by B.O. into the air, and Manchester United win it and gain territory high up the pitch. It's still bobbling around. Ugarte gets his head on the ball. It's nodded down by Dallo. Dorgu going for the ball with Gudmundsson, who in the left full-back position hoiks the ball out towards this near side, and it's away for a throw-in to Manchester United. It's 0-0. We played 26 seconds live on TalkSport, the home of more football than anybody else. We've got a new year, yeah, but it's the same old TalkSport. More games of football on the radio than anyone else that you can imagine. All 10 Premier League games in midweek. But we start here at Ellen Road with Okafor moving down the left-hand side, fed by Aronson, who wants to return, gets down the left side of the area. A low cross is blocked by Lisandro Martinez, and it goes out on this near side and away for a throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area. Nil-nil the score. Gudmundsson's about to take the first throw of the game, and long throws actually caused a few problems for a few teams in that.
It's a big Achilles heel of most now.
Thrown in with no Ampadu, it's Gudmundsson who takes over duties and heads the ball in towards the near post. It's flicked on by Strauch, sent down the left by Gruev, picked up by Dorgu in the right full-back position, and he gets it back to Casemiro, who clears but only as far as Stack. Good start from Leeds United, who've just squeezed up and put pressure on the Manchester United backline. Lenny Yoro, who was accused of being hesitant in the game against Aston Villa, sends the ball long. It drops out of the sky and comes through to Sebastian Bornau, and then he picks the ball up and plays it out towards the right-hand side. What have you made of the Manchester United setup, Steve Bruce?
Yeah, it's the back five, or the back three, if you like, and the 3-4-3, the way they do it. Dorgu playing on the right, Cunha towards the left, and Ugarte in the middle of the pitch.
Manchester United start the day in sixth position, but a win takes them above Chelsea and Liverpool temporarily into the top four. But it is just 3 wins since the end of October, and Leeds United coming forward down the right-hand side. The cross by James Justin, who was man of the match at Anfield, is a little bit awry, and it goes straight behind Senna Lomans' goal and out for a goal kick away to our left-hand side. Here's Aaron Lennon.
You can see Man United now, the goalkeeper's just trying to slow it down. Leeds United have started really well here. The crowd is up, and Leeds are just taking their time on a goal kick here. They're trying to slow this intense atmosphere down. They're trying to dampen Leeds United's fast start here.
Manchester United with the ball inside their own 18-yard box. A risky pass into Heaven, despite pressure from Calvert-Lewin, Stack and Okafor. They get out up to Cunha. Cunha is immediately crunched by Stack, who went right through the back of him with a little bit of a marker of a tackle, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, it was a hell of a challenge. I'm amazed that Man U from the kick-off go long. First goal kick they get, they're absolutely determined to play it short, invite that sort of challenge where the two of them have ripped into Cunha on that far side, and I think the whole stand tackled him as well, to be honest.
Callum Patterson with the goal for MK Dons as they take the lead against Chesterfield. Here it's 0-0. Dallo tried to lift the ball over Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson, who actually settled in really well at Leeds United on the left-hand side, wins the challenge between the two. Eventually it spills out to the near touchline. It's away for a throw in between the two dugots on the halfway line. Leeds started 2025 in the Championship. They start 2026 with a draw at Liverpool that meant they're on a 6-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. Manchester United started 2025 with a 2-2 draw away at Liverpool. They ended it with a 1-1 home draw against Wolverhampton Wanderers. How will 2026 start? Well, it started with them under real pressure here, and again, bit of forcefulness from Justin over on the far side. There's no Bogle in the squad today, by the way, and it puts United under immediate pressure, and they've been doing that since the whistle blew.
Yeah, Leeds are on the front foot here. You can see Man United are not so sure why they're trying to play out from the back, because they're inviting this pressure on, and Leeds are waiting for it, and they're crunching into the tackles early on in this game.
Lomans goes long into the chest of Šeško. He nudges the ball back towards Cunha, who tries to fend it forward. Across comes Dalot, can't get hold of it. Gudmundsson away. Will come through to Dalot now, who kicks the ball over his head and into the right wing position for Cunha, who takes the ball down the touchline, being marshalled by Strout. Strout goes over, snaffles the ball up, plays it against the Brazilian. It goes out for a throw-in in a left full-back position for Leeds United, who have started with intensity and aggression in this grudge match between Lancashire and Yorkshire. Although both these two cities now are in their own independent little boroughs, the old habits die hard, and certainly the animosity between the two is very much there. Dalot down the right-hand side, playing against Gudmundsson. Goes out of play and away for a throw to Manchester United, who are attacking the goal away to our right, in red shirts, black shorts and black socks. All in white, Leeds United now just getting inside the 18-yard box. All outfield players inside their own penalty area as Dalot prepares for a long throw into the box from this right-hand side. Dalot to take it. He launches it towards the near post. Up goes Yoro, but he was being held by Calvert-Lewin. It's headed forward by Ugarte, whose header just drops over the top of the crossbar and onto the roof of the net and goes out for the first goal kick for Leeds United of the game so far. Here's Steve Bruce.
It's amazing now how many teams actually have this long throw all of a sudden. You know, it used to be one or two teams and everybody thought scowled upon it. Now we're seeing every team in the country, it seems to be setting up for a long throw.
Why do you think it's become back in fashion? Is it because it's a very quick route to cause chaos in your opponent's penalty area?
It puts the ball in the opposition penalty box very, very quickly and accurately.
1-1 between Lincoln and Peterborough. Reece Hackett with the equaliser after 33 minutes in League One. Here in the Premier League it's goalless. 6 minutes gone. This is TalkSport. Dorgu causing problems on the right-hand side. He's back on the right-hand side of the Manchester United attack today, where he was so effective against Newcastle United. He felt some contact from Strout there, went down as the ball came towards him, but the referee said play on. The ball's run out of play on this near side. Jared Gillett has given the throw into Manchester United midway inside the Leeds United half, and it's still goalless. Here's Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, I've just noticed that Martinez is creeping in onto Aronson in the number 10 spot. So in possession, when Leeds have got the ball, Martinez is keeping out of the back five and standing on Aronson, which is an interesting tactic for Man United.
Aronson actually has played terrifically this season. He's really rebuilt his Leeds United career after leaving in the aftermath of relegation and going on loan to Union Berlin. But he's back very much in the fold now, and back amongst the fold of the supporters too, after they had a difficult relationship with him initially. Here's Cunha with a shot from the edge of the area. It goes past the goalkeeper, but the offside flag was up. The offside flag has been up for about 2 minutes actually. Manchester United continued to play, but the offside flag was well up. They did allow that to go on, Steve Bruce, but I mean there's no doubt that 4 players were in offside positions.
Yeah, they did very well, because ultimately Man United were going to line up for a long throw. Threw it back to Martinez, and who's then put it back to the goalkeeper. Good work from Leeds actually. They've caught maybe 4 or 5 of them offside, was there?
There's a free kick which will be taken midway inside the Leeds half of the field, and Yaka Biol, whose performances have improved actually. I saw his debut for Leeds away at Hillsborough, where they played in the League Cup against a very youthful Sheffield Wednesday team, and him and Bornau really struggled that day. But they've found their feet in the Premier League now, both of them now in the team in the absence of Ampadu and Joe Rodon, who's picked up an injury. Ampadu suspended today after accumulating 5 bookings just before the deadline. You now have to get 10 to be suspended. Here is Casemiro into the path of Cunha. Cunha dropping deep into the centre circle and spreading the ball wide for Manchester United. 0-0 the score. Šeško went forward and wanted it played early, but it wasn't given to him by Dalot. Dorgu takes over, runs laterally into the centre. Casemiro swirls the ball out to the far side, but it's met by James Justin before it can reach Luke Shaw. And this should be an easy clearance for Leeds United from the right full-back position. High up the field they go, but it's not a great clearance from Justin. It's straight to Casemiro, who turns it into Dorgu, who dabs it off to Cunha. Cunha plays it back towards the middle when he should have probably have gone wide. He does that now, and Manchester United look to build from this right-hand side. They're certainly hurt by absences, Manchester United. Their squad tells you that. They're hurt by that short pass by Casemiro, which went straight to Ilya Gruev. And now Leeds come forward with Noah Okafor into space for Aronson, who's picked up just in front of the midfield. Now onto Calvert-Lewin, whose shot is over the top of the crossbar under a challenge from heaven from a diagonal angle just outside the 6-yard box. That was excellent, quick, fast, sharp Leeds United play. turning defence into attack very quickly and with an opportunity to score.
Yeah, really good play from Okafor. Plays a great pass into Aronson, who finds Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He just can't get it out of his feet and gets the ball over the bar. But it's good play by Leeds, and that's what they have to do. They have to get it out wide to Okafor. They have to get the ball into Aronson because they are great threats going forward for Leeds.
Steve started with a mistake, though, didn't it, from Casemiro?
Casemiro's given the ball 3 times. He's given the ball away in the last minute, where there's just an easy pass on. Because United have stood up to the challenge of what Leeds have thrown at them in the first 5 minutes.
Dispossessed Cunha, picked off by Gruev, and then the ball played back to Stack and then on to Aronson. Stack's got it once again. His 2 sisters, by the way, Anton Stack, play international basketball for Germany. Very athletic family, very popular on social media, Anton Stack, and very popular amongst the Leeds United support after signing from Hoffenheim in the summer. Scored a terrific free kick against Crystal Palace not so long ago, on a day where they scored 4 goals from set pieces, and Manchester United will have to be aware of that today. 10 minutes gone, Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0 in the sunshine of the West Yorkshire lunchtime on this Sunday afternoon. Remember, we've got a full programme of Premier League action later. Ian Danton will take you around the grounds, and we will bring you live commentary on Tuesday night of the first of 10 live matches in midweek. West Ham against Nottingham Forest. They're not going to get much bigger than that this week, by the way. That's a huge one. BL gets it back to his goalkeeper. He's under pressure, Perry, from Šeško, but he manages to smash that ball upfield, and Calvert-Lewin is chasing through the middle, and Lommans has had to come out into the D to kick clear, and he just about did that ahead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and cleared to the far side. Dorgu tries to win it, but it's Leeds who are quickest to the ball. They come forward again with Aronson, who's had a lot of touches in the opening exchanges. They try to nudge it past Shaw, who's just come out of his slot. That's left space for Justin. Justin on the right-hand side now on the attack for Leeds. Gets across into the box, steered away by the head of Martinez. It's out of play over on the far side. It's a Leeds United throw. Alan Lennon.
Yeah, you see Leeds are trying to get the ball wide. They're trying to get the crosses in for Calvert-Lewin, and that's what got to be a tactic of today's game. In this system, like you said, the spaces outside wide for the fullbacks. They've got to be putting balls in the box.
Here is Aronson, who's just moved out towards that right-wing position. Lays it off to Justin. He comes back infield, looking for an outlet. He has to go backwards rather than forwards. Manchester United just watching and seeing as the ball comes up towards Calvert-Lewin, who spins it round the corner for Aronson to get round down by the corner flag. He just about keeps it in, but maybe he didn't, and it strays out of play and goes out for a goal.
He's been very bright to start with, Aronson, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Very, very bright.
Combining well with Calvert-Lewin, Steve.
Yeah, very, very good. He has had a wonderful start.
Birmingham got off to a really good start in their game in the Championship over on TalkSport 2. Birmingham 2, Coventry 1. They're just approaching half-time in that game over on TalkSport 2, which you can access if you download our app. You can flick between the 2 stations or ask your smart speaker to play TalkSport 2. So Alex Ferguson is here today. Oh, by the way, Steve, I hadn't wished you happy birthday. It was your birthday the other day.
It was.
I only know that
same as the great man's birthday, yeah, New Year's Eve, yeah.
That's the only reason I know it's your birthday.
Oh, so thank you very much, Sam. Thank you.
Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0 is the latest scoreline from Loftus Road. And Sheffield United Oxford United was postponed at 10 o'clock this morning because of a small portion of the pitch which was frozen. Cheers. Dorgu trying to get in behind down the right hand side. Offside flag was up against him. In League 1, Bolton 0, Northampton 0, Lincoln 1, Peterborough 1, and in League 2 this lunchtime, Cheltenham 0, Crawley 0. And MK Dons through Callum Patterson lead Chesterfield by a goal to 0. You're up to date on Talk Sport, and you're listening to Leeds 0, Manchester United 0 with Sky Sports. Don't forget, with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Fulham versus Liverpool live today. Search Now Sports. Big day of action today. We'll keep you across it all. The best place to keep across it all is on Talk Sport. How would you assess the way the game has started, Aaron?
It's settled now. I thought Leeds started really bright. I thought they was on the front foot. Man United have calmed the game down and played themselves into this game now. But it's fairly even at the minute. It's fairly even.
Steve?
Yeah, it's very, very even. Both sides are tactically playing probably the same way. So it's going to be, probably man against man in the middle of the pitch in particular.
Little flick by Aronson, who has started the game in very confident fashion, trying to squeeze that through to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's just straying into an offside position. Free kick given to Manchester United on the edge of their own penalty area. Leeds United started December in the bottom 3, but following a 6-game unbeaten run, and also results, I think, involving Nottingham Forest and West Ham leaning in their favour, they start today's match 7 points clear of the relegation zone. Win today, and all of a sudden, 10 points is the gap between them and the relegation zone. And at the halfway stage, Aaron, that would be some achievement.
Like I said, if Leeds can win today and go 10 points clear, you've got to fancy yourself for staying in the division.
Especially with West Ham playing Nottingham Forest on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a massive game. Like you said, West Ham are struggling at the minute, and that's a huge game at the bottom of the table. But yeah, Leeds have just got to focus on themselves. They're playing well at the minute.
Shaw keeps it in on the left-hand side, does well, finds Cunha now inside the area as Manchester United come on the attack. Shaw gets it back, pops it through the legs of Aronson, but then can't get round the other side. Aronson pinches it, moves up the pitch, tackled by Ugarte, and it goes out of play over on the far side and away for a throw deep inside Leeds United territory. 0 the score, 15 minutes gone.
You would fancy them to stay in the division, wouldn't you? With 10 points, if they win today, 10 points clear of relegation, halfway, 24 points on the board. I think that's them safe if they win today. There's a big statement from me, by the way, but there you go.
That's all right. We're all about that. That's fine. You're listening to Talk Sport. Steve's getting into the groove of it. I like that. Ball thrown down the touchline. Headed away by Stack. It's nudged on by Aronson. Dropped in midfield. Stack forward towards Calvert-Lewin. And Calvert-Lewin then takes it forward before trying to force it forward into an advanced position. It's blocked by Casemiro. And it goes out of play over on the far side. He's all action, Casemiro. 3 of his 4 goals this season have been headers. But more importantly, it's his defensive work that has really helped and improved this year. Only missed 2 Premier League games this season. And when he hasn't been in the side, it has been noticed. Here is Gudmundsson. Back to Strauch, all the way back to the goalkeeper Luca Perry, who was actually involved in a thrilling 5-4 game with Manchester United when he was at Lyon last year. He was just almost caught by Benjamin Šeško as he tried to drag the ball back, playing out from the back there, but it didn't work. But now Šeško's got the ball inside the penalty area, and his right-footed shot is blocked by the sliding tackle of Biol. But that was a opportunity that Manchester United fashioned because Leeds United gave them the opportunity. They're coming forward again with Casemiro. Poor pass forward, comes back towards Ugarte, who strikes it. Comes off the defender and then bounces to Martinez, who lifts the ball into the box. He might try and go over the goalkeeper here, but it's too close to Perry in the end, and it might be better served if he's a little bit more conservative with his distribution after that. Aaron.
Yeah, but it's not normally like Lucas Perry. It's not like him to try and be clever, and he gets caught in 2 minds. He plays an awkward pass into the middle of the park, they lose it, and if Šeško gets that ball, it's a great chance for him. He took too long getting his shot away, because it's a massive chance for Šeško, that was.
Here is Cunha. Back out to Dalot. Dalot now nudging it into Cunha again. Then round the corner for Dorgu. Back to Cunha once more. And then on to Dorgu, who's trying to force his way into the box. The referee doesn't give the free kick that Cunha wanted after a challenge on the edge of the area. But he will give a free kick against Aidan Heaven here for a challenge on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's very adept at winning fouls like that.
And that's what we talked about prior to the game. He's really clever at that. He knows Aidan Heaven is right on his back, and he just draws the foul in. It's really clever play, because Man United was just having a little bit of a spell there.
And can you just turn Adrian's headphones down, please, just for a second? Lincoln City 2, Peterborough United 1. Freddie Draper on the stroke of half-time, scoring the goal. And Lincoln have come from behind to lead. Here is Aronson, edge of the area, tries to nudge it forward. It's blocked by Ugarte. And then Aronson a little bit too eager to win the ball. And the free kick is given to Manchester United on the edge of the box. 17.5 minutes gone. Manchester United against Leeds United at Ellen Road. Manchester United fans have found their team a little irritating, I think, over the last few weeks. They could have climbed into the top 4 with a win on Tuesday night, but scratched around to draw against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then, talking of which, Steve Bruce getting a little bit irritated by the fact that they almost gave the ball away as they're trying to play out from the back. I mean, if anybody could have summed up exactly what I was trying to say, you did it with one noise.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry on that, Sam. I didn't mean. Dalot, he's gone inside and played an awful pass into the middle of the pitch. And if Leeds had got a hold of it, the pro would be through on goal.
MK Dons lead by 2-0 against Chesterfield. Hepburn Murphy with a goal just before half-time. But that's the point, isn't it? You know, that they have caused themselves their own problems recently. Here they come again. Cunha over the halfway line. Manchester United looking to get a meaningful shot on the Luca Perry goal. But they still haven't managed that yet. Ugarte out to the far side. Back to halfway now. And in the sunshine, Martinez, who couldn't have come back from injury at a better time, really, after being 10 months out after an ACL. He came back, played in midfield, didn't he? Did particularly well when he did so, and then has slotted into that back 3 just when they needed him the most. He's a good character. He's got a bit of fire and leadership about him. No wonder he's wearing the captain's armband today. Here he is again on the ball, playing it square to Aidan Heaven, who as a 19-year-old really is playing more minutes than many people would have expected, and actually I think has done very, very well at the heart of the defence. Good little touch by Casemiro, into Šeško, back to Torgu, then to Casemiro, tries to swirl it forward, and the idea was right to release Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Execution not quite there, Steve.
Yeah, that's twice he's tried it, and it's the right pass, just hasn't got enough on it. He's not even, he knows where it is, he's playing the pass before he even looks for where it is, and unfortunately he hasn't just been able to execute it.
Lincoln 3-1 up against Peterborough now in the second minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half at Sinsel Bank. Here is Dallo, back to Lenny Yoro, and then all the way back to Senna Lomans, the Manchester United goalkeeper. I did read this morning in the Manchester Evening News that they were looking at another goalkeeper at Manchester United. How many goalkeepers? I think there's other areas of the field that they've got to sort out first. Lomans has done quite well. Here is Okafor down the left-hand side. Little turn to try and get away from Yoro, who recovers well. He prods it back, but only as far as Gudmundsson, who's crossed into the box. Is a deep one. It's coming to the far post and it's clipped away. Only as far as the edge of the area, and Stack, though, tosses it back into the box. And Aidan Heaven gets a strong header. Then it's away from the edge of the area by Lisandro Martinez. It drops out of the sky. And Leeds United trying to keep the pressure. Send a header out to the far side, the right. Jacobillo looking for Aronson, who's fighting for it. Doesn't quite come down for him. Goes out of play and away for a throw-in.
Yeah, great defensive header from Luke Shaw at the far post. Man United in general have looked very, very solid defensively wise. You know, the back three, or what we see, two wing-backs are natural wing-backs in Dallo and Shaw in particular, defensively anyway. So the back five is looking very, very strong. It's at the top end of the pitch, that little bit of magic. You know, there's only Cunha up there who you think can generate something.
Yeah, they look a little bit isolated up top. If you look at Man United, like you said, they've got so many defensive players on the pitch at the minute. It's if they can get the ball up to Cunha and into Šeško, who are looking a little bit isolated at the minute.
Well, he's just held the ball up well there, Šeško. Dropped in and played it wide for Dallo. He's gone travelling into the 18-yard box to look for the return. Dallo finds Cunha, and then Casemiro feeds Martinez, who's 25 yards from goal, tries a strike, blocked by Anton Stack, spirals into the air, and then goes out and away for the first Manchester United corner of the game. They have looked solid even recently, really, Manchester United. Their form has been patchy, but they've drawn 5 of the last 7. It's only 1 defeat in that 7 as well. So that shows you that even though they're not playing particularly brilliantly, there are flashes of good performances, and we've seen those, Steve. We've been lucky enough to
two of them in particular away in the African nations who've played all season, really. And Burmo, who's had a wonderful start, and the boy Adnan, who's had a wonderful time playing as a wing-back.
Well, Ahmad Mbermo and Fernandez all unavailable today, which is a lot of the creativity that Manchester United have taken out of the team. Here is Cunha with the corner kick in towards the near post. It's punched away by Perry, but it's right under the goalkeeper, who's under pressure. And the free kick is given for the foul on the Brazilian. And it's going to be a Leeds United ball away to our right-hand side.
I think that's going to be key to Man United today. Set pieces, long throws, corners. Can they get something? Can they get something and generate something that way?
Well, sad news over the Christmas period that Joshua Pick, a popular member of the Leeds United support, passed away. And during this, the 23rd minute of the game, the Leeds United supporters all rise to pay tribute to a popular member of the Leeds United family. Half-time in the game at St Andrews. Birmingham 2, Coventry 1. Cheltenham 0, Crawley Town 0. That's a half-time score. Bolton 0, Northampton Town 0. And here it's 0-0 between Manchester United and Leeds United at Elland Road. The ball flicked forward by Jacobillo. That was a little bit late by Ugarte to try and block him. Free kick given by Jared Gillett. And Leeds United have the ball deep inside their own half. Leeds United's unbeaten run has sort of coincided with a switch to a back three. Aaron, they've sort of made themselves a little bit more harder to beat in terms of conceding goals, but also what that did was it allowed Dominic Calvert-Lewin to have someone closer to him, and that's been key, hasn't it?
It's been key. Like you said, if you're just looking at it here, you can see Okafor and Harrison around Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he needs that support. And you're playing in a back five, you need the front two around him to get around him and give him support.
Here is Okafor picking the ball up and ghosting past Cunha and running into the United half. He pokes it down the right in towards James Justin, who tries to take on Heaven. He goes down under pressure. Was there a little flick there from Heaven? Well, the ball goes out of play and out for a corner. There's only half-hearted appeals from the Leeds United players for a penalty. The referee didn't give it. It goes out for a corner.
Yeah, right decision. Great decision. We've just had the benefit of the replay. He does catch it with his left foot, doesn't he? We all thought, was it a penalty? Certainly you were jumping up next to me, Aaron.
It's a risky challenge there, don't get me wrong. He gets it right, but it's a risky challenge in the box there by Aidan Heaven.
Well, things turned after changing to a back three at half-time against Manchester City. What can Leeds do against Manchester United? They have a set piece here, steered in towards the near post. It comes off of Justin, hits a hand, does it, of a Manchester United player. Gareth Gillett said no. Benjamin Šeško looked like the guilty party. Referee says play on, and VAR will check it. James Bell back in the VAR room, just having a quick look at that as the ball goes down the right touchline. It goes out of play for a goal kick, and all eyes go towards the referee, who is saying no penalty, despite the fact that it appeared to strike the arm of Šeško. Well, he went to strike the ball and he miskicked it, and it hit the underside of his left bicep, didn't it?
Caught him in his armpit, didn't it?
Yes.
By the looks of it. No, if we give penalties for that, then we are toiling, I have to say.
Manchester United have the ball inside their own 18-yard box. It's Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0 on Talk Sport. 25 minutes gone. Cunha takes the ball down, juggles with it, gets past two Leeds United players and then continues to run. He's brought down by Gruev. Wants a free kick. That's going to happen. Stack emerges with the ball for Leeds. In those brilliant white shirts, they move up towards the halfway line. Go back to Bornau, has his blonde hair tied back with a Jack Grealish-style Alice band. It's sent long down the right-hand side, but blocked by Šeško before it can get any further than 10 yards, and it goes out for a throw-in in the right full-back position for Leeds United. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0. It's a very crisp, cold day. Steve Bruce has been introduced to the phenomenon of electric heated gilets. He's going to be getting himself one of those.
Can you make the double extra large, please?
Everybody very much wrapped up against the cold today, but it was a white-hot atmosphere when we started. Manchester United have just done enough, I think, to calm that down a little bit, although Lenny Yoro has just put the ball out of play and invited a bit of pressure here for Leeds to put on their arch-rivals from across the Pennines. Back the ball goes to Strauk, to halfway line now, and Biol. Biol looks up, needs an outlet. Stack is in front of him, but he didn't really show for the ball. He goes wide to Justin instead. Shaw goes out to meet him. Justin keeps hold of the ball well, travels infield and lays it off to Ilya Gruev. The Bulgarian looks up, feeds it out towards the near side. Strauk now starts to help to build the attack. Gudmundsson into Gruev once again. He then fires the ball into Okafor. Okafor with his back to go on the edge of the 18-yard box, gets it back to Aronson. Aronson goes down looking for a free kick. It's not forthcoming from the Australian referee, and the ball bounces back, and then Gruev dives in for a tackle, misses it, and Manchester United get out with Šeško and then Ugarte, and now Dorgu down the right side. Well, I don't think he was anticipating that, Dorgu. He wanted it earlier, and then when it did come, he didn't make the run.
Yeah, I thought that was the right ball. I think if he continues his run there, I think he's in. I think it's the right pass from Ugarte.
He gave up, didn't he? I don't think he
was going to be offside?
Maybe. Just maybe went a little bit too early. But either way, that was an opportunity for Manchester United to get out and cause some problems on the counter-attack. It's them who are having to deal with problems coming the other way now, because Justin and Aronson have combined on the far side, the Leeds United right. They move into the sunshine. There's only a small quarter of the pitch that is in sunshine here, despite the fact that there is clear blue sky today and only a few wispy clouds, but it's so low on the horizon that most of the ground is in shadow. Here is Casemiro trying to bring the ball out of defence. He gets a nudge from Noah Okafor.
Such a clever player, Casemiro. We've seen there in tight areas over the last 5 minutes 3 times now. He's either took the ball and turned, or there he's just bought the foul.
Well, he's an experienced player, isn't he? And a player whose contract situation is almost always up for debate. But it's very difficult to replace someone of that experience in your team without spending a hell of a lot of money.
Was he 5-time Champions League winner? Is he
something like that?
Just the 5.
Yeah, I think it's just about his physicality, isn't it? Now he's getting to an age in midfield, but certainly if he's got legs around him, he's a wonderful football player.
Yeah, and he's certainly improved this season compared to last. That is for sure. Here is Biol. Back infield it goes to Gruev. Gruev, who is deputising really for the suspended Ampadu. The ball clipped up towards the halfway line. Okafor tries to hold it up. Casemiro comes across quickly. Picked up by Martinez on halfway. And Manchester United regain possession once again. We're hitting minute 29 on Talk Sport. live tonight today at Ellen Road. Remember, we've got live football for you all week in the Premier League. All 10 Premier League games are going to be available on the TalkSport app. Here is Dallo into Cunha. Cunha sending it back towards the near side, the right, and Dallo. Then Casemiro finds Aidan Heaven. Heaven into Martinez and back again. Now Cunha back to Lenny Yoro. Down the right is Dallo. Dallo now moving down into space in the right wing position for Manchester United. Dorgu comes across, takes over, clips it over the top. Dallo's continued his run, gets to the byline, tries to pull it across the penalty area. It's blocked by Biol, and it's nudged behind and away for a corner for Manchester United. Good move, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, great play. It must have 24, 25 passes in the movement, and great pass in there. And Dallo looked for a minute, he was going to get his shot off, blocked for a corner. And this is where I think United have to create something or be better, because certainly they've looked good defensively. It's just, can they create something in the opposition area?
Well, they have scored 3 more goals under Amorim this season in 19 league games and in 26 under the Portuguese last season. Some of those have come from set pieces, and they are attacking here. The Norman Hunter stand away to our right, with Luke Shaw taking the corner. It's a deep one to the far post, flicked away by ball now, comes out to Martinez, who's left side of the box, then Dallo, who just got underneath the ball and smashed it into the sky. He had time as well, didn't he, Steve?
He did. It was on his wrong side, though, wasn't it? I have to say, he's been mightily impressive in the first half an hour, but his left foot was a bit like my left foot. He used to swing a little bit in the air, and unfortunately it sailed over the bar.
I'm glad it fell to him there. Leeds have to be a little bit careful here now. They've just seemed to shifted shape a little bit. Okafor seems to have come to the left, and Aronson seems to have playing a little bit off the right. They seem to drifted into a 5-4-1, because Man United having a little bit of possession now.
Well, they went to take the goal kick, but the referee wasn't happy about the positioning of the Manchester United players who are applying pressure from the edge of the box. Dorgu, I think, a little eager, and the ball goes back to Luca Perry, who smashes the ball downfield. Headed away by Martinez, won by Cunha. It's headed on by Casemiro, but pinched by Aronson, and Aronson now charging towards the Manchester United defence, gets to the edge of the area. His right-footed shot didn't really catch hold of that, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who just peeled away into a inside left channel, was hoping for a more precise pass from the USA international, but the shot was dragged well wide in the end. But he was open, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, wasn't he?
Dom makes a great run. He just peels off the back two there, but Aronson picking up a lovely pocket there and driving at the back five. He's been really good, Aronson, in the beginning of this first half an hour of this game.
He really has, but it still Leeds 0, Manchester United 0. The latest odds are available at Betfair, the official betting partner of TalkSport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Leeds to win the game at 9-4. Manchester United is 6-4. The draw is 15-8. That's all thanks to Betfair. Play in a different league this season with safe sub from Betfair, 18+, begambleaware.org. The roar that you heard was because Senna Lomans took not only a little bit of time over his goal kick, but then decided to then move the ball from one side of the 6-yard box to the other to waste a few more precious seconds, which the Leeds United supporters didn't take too kindly to. Okafor takes the ball out of the sky, finds Aronson via Dominic Calvert-Lewin, away by Heaven, flicked away by Ugarte, a back heel by Cunha, and then the ball sent forward for Sesko to chase with Biol. Biol read the bounce of the ball perfectly, just to flick it away from his international colleague and into the right fullback position from where Leeds United are able to clear.
It's really good defending from Biol. They'll read the situation really well, because it looked like Sesko might just get the other side of him there, but Biol does fantastically well, and then James Justin buys a foul there on the right hand side.
That's where, looking at Sesko last year when he played in the Bundesliga, you would expect him to be through there, but the ability of the Leeds defender to be as strong and as quick and as powerful as him has obviously won the battle in the chase for the ball.
Do you think that's half the problem with these strikers that come into the Premier League, the quality of defenders?
100%. They're all as big, as strong as what they are, and as quick.
Well, Patrick Dorgu has just gone flying in on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he's going to get himself a yellow card here inside the centre circle. He's the first player to be booked, Patrick Dorgu, and he went flying in inside the centre circle. I don't think he had too much chance of winning the ball.
Yeah, he's a bit rash. There's nothing sinister in it. Free kick to Leeds.
On the edge of the centre circle, Anton Stack is choreographing this one. He's got Strauch, Okafor and Dominic Calvert-Lewin to the left of the D. To the other side, Bornau and Biol. Through the middle, James Justin looking to disrupt. The ball is played in towards Strauch, who heads it down. Justin trying to get on the end of it. Across comes Licha Martinez, who doesn't quite allow it to run out of play. There's a bit of a push from Martinez. The ball is cleared away by Manchester United. It goes out for a throw-in. And again, there is a discussion about whether or not Leeds should have a penalty. Well, the ball came into the box. It was headed on towards Justin. And then there was certainly a bit of pushing and shoving going on between Martinez and Justin. But it was none more than that. And the referee was right to give nothing and just allow play on. Gudmundsson with a long throw from the left wing position. Into the penalty area it goes. Flicked away by Casemiro. And it almost gets to halfway before Justin sends the ball high back towards Calvert-Lewin, whose flick on reaches Strauch down the right side of the Manchester United box. Leeds on the attack. Stack will send it back in towards Calvert-Lewin with a header off the outside of the post. What a brilliant flying header. A brilliant delivery from Stack. And it hit the inside of the outside of the post and went back out towards the near touchline. A brilliant flying leap from Calvert-Lewin, whose initial layoff set up the attack.
It's a fantastic leap. It's a fantastic ball by Anton Stack. James Justin just rolls it back into Stack. He puts in a lovely ball. Damn it, Calvert-Lewin gets his head to it and he just glances off the outside of the post. I think Dom will fancy himself to score there. He's so unlucky. That Leeds have just got to keep putting the ball in the box because Calvert-Lewin is causing all kinds of problems every time the ball comes in there.
Well, they've got to get high deliveries like that into the box because his headers are absolutely exemplary. Casemiro forward, Biol away. Ball out of play on the far side.
He's got that wonderful natural ability, the hand there, hasn't he? Just that little bit of an extra second. He's up before anybody else. That's the classic centre-forward. Defenders standing watching it and he gets across the front. Great leap by him. I think when he sees it back, he'll be a bit disappointed he hasn't scored out.
He will. I think he will. Yeah, I think it's a great chance for him there. I think with the form that he's in, you'd fancy Dom to put that away then.
4 goals in his last 3 games at Ellen Road. He scored in 6 straight matches before being denied at Anfield in midweek. And actually, he wasn't even in the team on Thursday night. He came off the bench and did put the ball in the back of the net. He was only slightly offside when he did so. Ball sent down the right for Manchester United, who haven't really tested Luca Perry in the goal away to our right just yet. It's 0-0. This is Talk Sport, and we played 37 minutes. And you're listening to Leeds against Manchester United with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. Here's Casemiro, back to Aidan Heaven. Heaven retreating and then playing it out towards the right-hand side. Manchester United with Dalot trying to get the ball forward. United have not gone 15 away games, by the way, without a clean sheet since 1986. But it has been 14 away games without a clean sheet for Manchester United. The last time they kept one was back in March against Leicester City, 3-0. So Leeds will fancy their chances of scoring here, and they've had a couple of opportunities so far. Calvert-Lewin certainly with the best of those, hitting the frame of the goal with a header from across from Anton Stack. Ball back to Bornau, into Biol. Biol towards the right now, Bornau clipping it down the right touchline. It's over the head of Calvert-Lewin. It'll be gobbled up by Lenny Yoro. And Manchester United will have possession again. What have you made of Šeško's performance so far, Steve Bruce?
Well, he's got a lot of opportunities. What we've just seen there, he's just bought a free kick. When it goes long into him, there lies now the problem that he faces if he's going to play in England. All the defenders now are as big and as strong and as quick as he is, and he's got to find that physicality and the ability to bring his teammates into the game. A bit like what we've seen with Calvert-Lewin there, buying a foul. He's got to learn how to adapt, because they have to go long now occasionally into him with the formation and the team that they've got, and it doesn't stay up there as long as it should do, in my opinion.
It has to stick because he's got to be able to buy his teammates some time to get up alongside him, hasn't he?
Correct.
Here is Martinez into Casemiro, back to Aidan Heaven. Heaven square to Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro to the right side and Dalot. Dalot infield towards Šeško. Šeško does hold it up this time. A little back heel into Dalot, and then he helps it on. That's a bit better from him. Casemiro forward. It's a bit behind Cunha, but it does work its way out towards the far side, where it's collected by Luke Shaw for Manchester United. 39 gone, 0-0. Here is Yoro. And up towards Dallo. Dallo forward towards Sesko. That's better as well. Yoro out to the right. Dorgu with a chance to cross now from the right wing position. Cuts in on his left foot. Low ball into the box, which is steered away instantly by Strauch. Didn't cause any damage and goes back to halfway. And when you do get into those positions as well, delivery is key.
Delivery's got to be better there from Dorgu. He's got a lot of time. He comes inside onto his favoured left foot and he's just got to clip it in there and he hits the first man and Sesko's in the box there and that's what Sesko will need.
Onto Shaw, back to Cunha, across the 6-yard box. There's no one there to tap it home. It was a dangerous ball into a corridor of uncertainty and there was no red shirt to pop it home, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, that Dorgu was just, could he got across him, could he got across his man? A goal scorer, I believe, does that, just sits and waits and he's a yard short, isn't he? Just to try and get across him, a bit like Calvert-Lewin did 2-3 minutes ago.
Well, that's frustrating if you're a wide player and you put a ball in like that and there's no one on the end of it, Aaron.
Yeah, he's just left himself too late. He's too far out wide. He's not fancied Cunha to put it in early. And like you said, he's got to be in there because it's a tap-in for him there at the back post.
Here is Shaw to take the corner away to our right in front of the Norman Hunter stand. Goalless on TalkSport. Shaw sends it high and long towards the far post. The header by Casemiro is flicked on by Yoro and saved brilliantly by Luca Perry. His big right arm comes out, pushes the ball over the top of the crossbar. It was double header from Casemiro, then Yoro, and then a big right hand of the Brazilian goalkeeper to palm the ball over the top and to stop Leeds United from conceding the first goal of the game.
It's quite fascinating to watch Leeds set up here from a corner. They've got practically 8 players in their own 6-yard box. Now maybe 9. And there's so many bodies in there.
Shaw trying to get it under the goalkeeper. Comes back out to Cunha after a punch from the goalie. It's over the top of the crossbar and it's out for a goal kick this time.
And that's what I was just saying, is it puts the goalkeeper under pressure. He gets some sort of hand on it, but he punches it towards the edge of the box and there's not a Leeds United player in sight. And there's 2-3 Man United players waiting for it. Unfortunately, Cunha's blasted it over the bar.
Well, it remains 0-0 and we've got 5 minutes before half-time. And I think that Leeds United will think they started the game pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty sort of front-footed and aggressive, but Manchester United have held them at bay.
They have. They've held them at bay. They've slowed things down when needed to be, and they're just getting themselves slightly back into the game now. The game is pretty even. Like you said, Leeds United have just got to keep getting the ball out wide and putting it in the box because that's when they look the most dangerous.
Well, Manchester United are the ones with the only shot on target, the one saved by Luca Perry, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin has hit the frame with a goal with a header after a cross from Anton Stach. Those are the 2 best chances in what has been a pretty even first 42 minutes so far. United have had 53% of possession. Leeds United 47% possession. Here is Lisandro Martinez. Out wide it goes to Ugarte. Back to Martinez again. Martinez looking up, elevating the ball into the centre, headed away by Strauch. It'll come back to Casemiro. His shot is blocked by Gruev on the edge of the D, and all of a sudden the tide has turned a little bit. There's a bit of Manchester United momentum, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, they've got a little foothold in the game, haven't they? They're a little bit more controlled. They're a bit more controlled in possession. And as I said, out of possession, I think they've looked very, very solid. Apart from the Calvert-Lewin header, the only situation that Leeds have probably had.
Biol with a strong header away in front of Cunha. Lifted up for Dorgu. Dabs the ball down into Casemiro. He flies the ball out to Shaw. Good pass to hit for Cunha for Casemiro to find Shaw, but then his cross was blocked rather easily, and now that encourages the escape from Leeds. And scampering clear over on the right side is Justin, looking to get down the touchline and drag his team up the pitch. He plays it against Shaw, it goes out for a corner, and actually he didn't have much chance of getting that ball in the box, but what he did was ensure he dragged his team as far up the pitch as possible and win a corner.
Yeah, he does really well there, James Justin, because like you said, he didn't have many options on, and he managed to carry the ball from his own half all the way up to Man United's byline and win the team a good corner here. The only problem is it looks like he may have picked up an injury in doing so.
Well, it's only his 3rd start in the Premier League this season, and he's replaced Bogle, who's not in the squad today, by the way. He must have picked up something. He came off the bench against Anfield, but I think he's just winded, I think. Is he?
I think he got it in a rather uncomfortable place, I think.
Did he? Yeah. What do you mean, Steve?
I can't tell you, Sam.
Here is the corner over on the far side, and Stach is going to take this. They're loading up inside the penalty area here. Leeds United, Strauch and Calvert-Lewin are in there, but it's a poor ball headed away by Sesko. Goes back in from Justin, and it's headed away by Martinez. And Leeds failed to really test the Manchester United backline from that set piece. 90 seconds of normal time at the end of the first half to go. A crossfield pass played out towards Stack at the far post. He heads the ball down into the area, away by the diminutive and tigerish Martinez. And it goes all the way back by Goodmanson to his goalkeeper, Luca Perry, who just ducks one straight out over on the far side and away for a throw-in to Manchester United. And they want to get this started quickly. And again, he's put his team under pressure for no reason.
So sloppy there from Lucas Perry. Like you said, there's no need for that whatsoever. So sloppy. Gives Man United possession right at the end of the first half. That's two occasions he's done that.
2 or 3 times now he's done it, hasn't he? He's just made it, a little bit, gone a bit edgy.
Looks like there'll be just 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. At the end of the 45 minutes that we've had here at Ellen Road, which have been intriguing so far without being swashbuckling. It's been a good game, good contest. Here is Seshko going through the middle. The ball over the top to him is not quite precise enough for Martinez, who's frustrated with himself there. And the ball runs through to Lucas Perry, away to our right-hand side. This is Talk Sport. Later on, we're around the grounds with Ian Danta, giving you up-to-date information from all the goals as they go in, from all the big games that kick off at 3 o'clock. Yes, it's a Sunday, but it's a different type of Sunday today because we're in that New Year period. And then Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday night, we've got live football for you. In fact, Monday night we've got Leicester versus West Brom, which is a big game on TalkSport 2. Tuesday night, West Ham against Nottingham Forest. Wednesday night there is a slate of 8 Premier League games, and then Thursday night just a small matter of Arsenal against Liverpool. Then the FA Cup starts. Here is Cunha, little back heel into the path of Dorgu, edge of the D. Can he get his shot away? He can, but he misses the target by 3 yards, and he had players over to his left. He had the opportunity to put it into the path of Ugarte or Shaw. He went for goal on the edge of the box, and he missed the target by quite some distance, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, wonderful play from Cunha, wasn't it? That natural ability to turn it round the corner, give to Dorgu, and maybe has he made the wrong option? I can understand why he's had a shot, of course you can, but maybe he's picked the wrong option.
He doesn't score too many goals. He scored in that dramatic game against Scotland in the World Cup qualifiers. He scored against Newcastle on Boxing Day. He had one ruled out actually against Wolves when he thought he'd won the match the other night, but he was some way off the target there. It sort of veered away from goal rather than coming back in, and as a result we're going to get into the break with the scores level, and Leeds haven't beaten this Manchester United team in 16 years, but they haven't been this good in the top flight for 24. Manchester United finding it hard to alter that story, but in truth, it was a pretty even contest in the first 45 minutes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming closest for the home team. Lenny Yoro coming closest for the away team. At the break, it's Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0.
Yeah, and just the one shot on target, and that for United, although Calvert-Lewin came very, very close with that. And Aaron Lennon, I want to ask you about Leeds United's performance in that first half. At times, I was watching it thinking, yeah, they've taken control. They're starting to attack well. Brendan Aronson with some positive, powerful runs, trying to make things happen, being dynamic. But I don't feel Leeds did that enough. At times I felt that Man United were there for the taking. If Leeds just stepped it up a little bit more, are they playing within themselves a bit?
Yeah, it looked that way at times. 100%. I agree with you, Adrian. I felt they was there for the taking. I think early on in the game they got the crowd going. They won the first initial tackles. They were putting balls in the box, and they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. And Man United started to slow the game down and build themselves into the game. So Leeds have got to lift it. They've got to lift it again. They've got to get the balls out wide. They've got to lift the tempo. That's in and out of possession. They've got to put pressure on this back four. There's too many times they're letting Man United play the ball comfortably around the back. They need to get more pressure on the ball. They need to lift the tempo, and they need to lift this stadium again.
I wonder how happy Manchester United fans will be, how happy Ruben Amorim will be, Steve Bruce, because they've had 10 efforts on goal, the one on target, and when they have gone forward, Cunha, as you just mentioned in commentary, has looked quite good. They're doing okay, but it's still not Manchester United, is it?
No, but with the problems that they've got and the players who are away, I think they've been rock solid. Certainly the back five we spoke about, formations and systems. Certainly the 2 full-backs and the 3 centre-backs have been very, very comfortable. Apart from Calvert-Lewin's header, I can't really remember them being any other real pressure that they've had to sustain. So they'll be okay with the performance away from home, which is never easy coming here with the atmosphere and what goes with it. It's just that you thought of that little bit of quality in the top end of the pitch. Unfortunately, they've got 2-3 many players missing, and for me, that give you that bit of quality at the top end.
Sam just asked you about Benjamin Sesko, and I'll ask you again because he's 22 years old, okay, so let's bear in mind that he is still quite young, but is he just actually not at the level required that Manchester United need from him? Because I've watched him in this game. He had a one-on-one and it was easily defended by the Leeds player, and I was thinking, well, you could cause him more trouble than that, surely. Last season he was the 9th top Bundesliga scorer. Omar Mamouche scored more goals than he signed for City in January. Now, it's a harsh judgment. He scored more goals than Nick Woltemade, for example, in the Bundesliga last season.
Yep.
But I'm looking at his performance there and thinking, well, what exactly have you got?
Well, look, he's only young. He's only young and he's just learning his trade, and he's come to a new country and he's come to the Goldfish Bowl of Manchester United, and at the moment he's going to find it a little bit difficult. He's not alone. He's not going to be alone in that, to play a number 9 in this country, because, as I said during commentary, the defenders these days are as big and strong and as powerful as what you are as a centre forward. That used to be the other way round. From every team that you're going to play against in the Premier League, all the defenders are as big and strong, as quick as what he is. He's now got to try and adapt, if he possibly can, to life as a Manchester United player, in the intensity that comes your way and the scrutiny on you, and the Goldfish Bowl, which is Man United. He's got to deal with that. He's certainly got bits and pieces, and you can see it. We've got to now encourage him, and he's got a long way to go. But I think it was Sam who said in commentary at the end of just before we started, there's been a lot of strikers come into the Premier League this year and found it a bit of a struggle, haven't they? And that tells you how good defensively now teams are. An old stager in the Premier League, Aaron, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, your mate, and let's talk about that. A near goal, he hit the post. And what I loved about it was Stack's first-time ball. I think that was the key to disrupting Manchester United, and why Calvert-Lewin wasn't really picked up, had that much space, and he probably should have scored. But I felt that if Leeds start zipping it about, actually Man United the same, whoever starts zipping the ball about first time with purpose and quick probably will win this game.
Yeah, and that was the key to it, Adrian. It was the first time, it was the setback, the weight of the pass of the set to allow Anton Stack to come onto it, to hit it first time, and it's a lovely ball. And like you said, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with the form that he's in, for me, should have scored the goal. He would have fancied himself to score that. He gets good contact on it, but it's just the wrong side of the post. But like you said, that's for me for Leeds. That is their main threat. They've got to get the ball out wide. They've got to get Goodmanson more involved to get crosses in the box. They've got to lift the tempo, like you said, because they're so effective once they start putting balls in the box. If they can get the ball into Aronson and into Okafor at the side of Casemiro and Agati, there's spaces there for Leeds United to attack. So they've just got to up the tempo, they've got to lift the intensity, and the crowd will follow. And I'm not sure if Man United will be able to deal with that. But it's a good game at the minute, it's fairly even.
Oh, it's definitely a good game. Former Leeds man Aaron Lennon and former Manchester United captain Steve Bruce with us on commentary for Leeds 0, Manchester United 0. Leeds have hit the post. Man United forcing a good save from Perry in the Leeds goal. This is on TalkSport. On TalkSport 2 right now, it's Birmingham 2, Coventry 2. Ellis Sims has equalised for the second time in the game for Championship leaders Coventry City. So Birmingham 2, Coventry 2 is live on TalkSport 2. And to get TalkSport 2, as well as Times Radio, Talk Radio and all the Virgin Music stations as well, just download the TalkSport app onto your phone or your device. It's easy to download, it's free to use, and it's brilliant. Goalless here at half-time on TalkSport.
Kick off live on TalkSport with Sky Sports. Stream a massive month of sport this January on Sky Sports with a Now Month membership. 18 plus, stream via internet, terms apply.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fan zone with stadium-style seating, amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue, unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there! His favourite ice-cold beer. What a result! Catch every game live in the Pub and Grill at Village. Get in! Find out more at villagehotels.com.
He's having a blinder. He's clipped the post. He's looking formidable. Then... substitution. His game might be over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's Safe Sub, Your bet simply rolls onto the player coming on. Playing a different league with Betfair.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Applies to singles, multiples and bet builder bets on qualified player outcome selections. Does not apply to odds boost. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
As you can hear from my voice, I'm in a state of high exhilaration. Yes, I am positively beside myself. The reason that I can barely contain my enthusiasm is the IKEA winter sale. 4 weeks of incredible bargains. The inexpressible thrill of finding precisely the right thing at the right price. Sale now on IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Sir Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Okay? Mo? Mo?
Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping you. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
Oh, he's really opened up the Sun newspaper there, Jim.
No question, Clive. Straight in the middle and right into the free pull-out goals.
Goals, yes. The ultimate football coverage with the best expert writers. In-depth tactical analysis. Unrivaled coverage from every league and all the latest football action.
Think you've said it all there, Clive.
Sorry, Jim.
Not to worry, I was reading my copy of Goals anyway.
Get your free copy of Goals every Saturday, Sunday and Monday only in the Sun.
We all fantasize about our perfect home. Sipping a morning coffee out on the terrace. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel.
Morning.
The kids building a tree, playing on the lawn.
We're playing real-life football.
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Hi, just leaving work now. Sorry it's a bit loud. Basically, so I was thinking we could get Mackey's tonight. Had a Big Mac on my mind all day, and delivery fee on the app is now from 99p. So, you in? Of course you are. Ha, love you. Bye.
Exclusively on the McDonald's app. 18 plus. Service fee and small order fee may apply. Participating restaurants. Serving times and T's and C's apply.
Kick off live on Talk Sport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Ignition Football. Game day exclusive on Talk Sport.
I got a flurry of goals in the early EFL games. As told you, Coventry had levelled it up with Ellis Sims' 10th of the season. Well, Birmingham have gone back in front. Marvin Dukes makes it Birmingham 3, Coventry 2. It's live on Talk Sport 2 right now. Also in the Championship, QPR 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. League 1, Bolton 0, Northampton 0. Peterborough United's New Year resolution was not to defend anymore. They actually pulled one back through Coral Lisby to make it 3-2, and Lincoln then went up the other end, and within a minute they restored their 2-goal lead. Adam reached 2-2 for him, Lincoln 4, Peterborough 2. And League 2, Cheltenham are taking the lead against Crawley Hakib. Adelican with the goal for Steve Cotterell's side. MK Dons leading Chesterfield by 2-0 here at Ellen Road. It's Leeds 0, Manchester United 0. Second half to come, live and exclusive on Talk Sport. Let's get the latest from Betfair, the official betting partner of Talk Sport's Premier League coverage.
Odds update on TalkSport with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
And Sam Rosbottom from Betfair, 0-0. How are we looking going into the second half?
Yeah, interesting first half, that one. Before the game, we couldn't split Leeds or Manchester United. Both sides were 6-4 pre-match to win the game. However, Leeds now out to 5-2. It's United who edged things. They've drifted out, but still are fancied ahead of Leeds at 7-4 to go on and get the goal and win the match and claim 3 points. The draw is now 11-8, which is what we need for our charity bet builder. We backed the draw, we backed Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score, and we backed Martinez to be carded. So we do need a little bit to happen there. Calvert-Lewin has hit the post. He's 7-2 to score at any point in the second half. Martinez to be booked. We've odds boosted over on the sports book. That was 9-2, now 11-2. Some more odds boosts on there as well to check out. If United are to do what the odds would suggest and win this one, and they're going to need their key players. Mateus Cunha's looked lively, hasn't he, in that first half? We've odds boosted him to score or assist, and that is now 11-4. But fingers crossed, we land our charity bet builder, the match to be a draw, Calvert-Lewin to score and Martinez to be carded. We backed that at just a bit bigger than 32-1 pre-match, so our £50 charity stake will return over £1,600 to the Bobby Moore Fund if all three land. I've got my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping that one comes in the second half.
Yeah, we want to rinse you more money. It's still on, so we will watch it closely. Sam, thanks very much. Let's get that odds update is all thanks to Betfair. Returns accurate as of 10 minutes ago. For verification, see betfair.com. Over 18s only. Conditions apply. Go to gambleaware.org.
Odds update on TalkSport with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Another goal in the EFL, the 12 noon kickoff. Cheltenham 2, Crawley 0. Jordan Thomas doubles the lead for the Robins. Let's go to Craven Cottage, Fulham, Liverpool at 3. Perry Groves, Arsenal title winner, is there. How you doing, Perry?
Afternoon, Aid. How are you?
Yeah, real good, thanks. First of all, Arsenal, very quick one, please. Don't spend too long on it, but they're going to win the league, aren't they?
I just set everybody down a bit, Aid. You've got to find different ways to win. Weren't great in the first half against Bournemouth, and then it was a Declan Rice show. You know, big players have to stand up at big times, and exactly what he did, not just with his 2 goals, but his whole performance where he raised the levels of the players around him.
Yeah, that's enough on Arsenal. Thank you very much. Let's talk about this afternoon's games. We've got some... listen, Ian Danter's taking us around the grounds this afternoon, fresh from commentating on Luke Littler winning the darts at Ali Pali last night. But Fulham against Liverpool, the game you're at is an interesting one because Liverpool need to get a run of form together, but Fulham going well.
Yeah, very much so, Aid. Fulham taken 10 points the last 12 in the Premier League, won 6 the last 10. And there's players, individual players, who've just started to come back into form. I'm a big fan of Andy Robertson. Obviously, Fulham's left back. He had his knee injury problems at the beginning of the season. He's starting to get to levels that he had. Then you've got, obviously, Raul Jimenez up front, who scored goals. He scored winners against West Ham and Nottingham Forest. He leads the line really well, holds it up. And Harry Wilson's in really good form. Will play on the right-hand side in the free behind Jimenez. There's always goals in this game, mate. It's produced 20 goals in the last 4 Premier League games between these two teams. So that's me putting the mockers on it straight away.
Perry, looking forward to it as I make my way back from Ellen Road. Thank you very much. The teams are out here at Ellen Road Stadium. The fans are waiting. Not quite as electric as it was before kickoff because that first half produced no goals. A near miss hitting the post, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And at the other end, a good save from Lucas Perry, forced by Lenny Yoro, the Manchester United centre-half. Leeds will get us underway in this second half, live and exclusive and only on TalkSport. It's Leeds 0, Manchester United 0. Here's your commentary trio of the former Leeds man Aaron Lennon, the former Manchester United captain Steve Bruce, and your commentator Sam Matchface.
And it's pretty clear that Aaron is still a little bit fitter than Steve and I, more flexible, because Steve and I had to use a little bit of help just to get over the little bench here and get our legs under the table. And Aaron very kindly just waited for us to...
I need a crane to get out, by the way.
It is tight in here, even for me.
That ooh that you heard was because the ball dropped out of the sky inside the Manchester United penalty area. It was claimed by Senna Lomans and cleared away. No changes at the break for either of the two teams. But Leeds United are shooting from left to right in the second half towards the Norman Hunter stand, wearing all white. Manchester United in red shirts and black shorts. Okafor finds Stack and then sends it wide into the path of Justin, who's crossed into the box, headed away by Heaven. It's flicked further towards the right by Strauch, and then Justin retrieves it once again. Aronson comes out to the near side, and they're on the attack here. Leeds at the start of the second half. Stack under pressure from Ugarte. Finds Aronson again, and then he works the ball towards Biol, who's on the halfway line, and they slowly move forward. Daniel Farker has been credited actually with changing things in games recently. It's not just the change of formation, but he's been more reactive to circumstances, and when he feels that there are points to be won, he has decided to go for it a little bit, and I wonder if that might come into his thinking in the second half, Aaron.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said, he has changed to a 4 if need be, and in game situation, what the game needs. So Daniel Farker, he's not just going to sit and play a 5. And I'm just looking at Bernal now in his positioning as if he's changed position, but I don't think he has at the minute. I still think it's a back 5.
Yeah, but just keep an eye on that as the ball goes back to Gudmundsson in the left fullback position, and then it's taken to Okafor, whose rapid speed outpaces Lenny Yoro. He goes down the left-hand side, but Aidan Heaven comes across and puts the ball out for a throwing down by the corner flag. But he seriously put on the speedsters there, didn't he? And he went ghosting past Lenny Yoro.
Yeah, he's got to do that more. They've got to get the ball out to Okafor. He's so dangerous, he's so fast, he's so physical, and when he gets going, he's really difficult to stop. So they've got to get the ball out wide to him and get him in full flow, because like he did, he's got one of his side of throw-in now, which is going to come in from Gudmundsson.
And that throw-in is going to come in by the corner flag. It'll be a long, rangy one from the Swede, 26 years of age. He powers the ball into the near post, and it bounces right the way through towards the back post. It evaded everybody, really, and was cleared away, and nobody, Steve Bruce, took charge of that.
Yeah, it's incredible. This long throw causes both teams a problem, doesn't it? There's that many bodies in the area, nobody can put their head on it.
Sesko going down the left, fed by Cunha. Into the penalty area he goes. He travels forward, but he's got no one to play it in the centre to, so he goes back to Ugarte instead. 0-0 the score. Leeds with Luca Perry in goal, a back three of Bernal, Bio and Strauch, Justin and Gudmundsson are the wing backs. Stack and Gruev in the middle of midfield, with Aronson and Okafor flanking Calvert-Lewin in attack. Manchester United in red shirts and black shorts attacking the goal away to our left, the Don Revie stand. Lomans in goal, Yoro, Heaven and Martinez the back three. Dallo, Ugarte, Casemiro and Shaw, then Dorgu and Cunha supporting Seshko in attack. And here is Cunha trying to flick the ball forward down the left channel for Shaw. It was always going to be difficult to pull that one off, and it was cleared away, and Shaw is now out of position as Aronson comes forward, but he can't get the ball forward before he is just shackled by Cunha, and Leeds have it back deep inside their own half. Here's Steve Bruce.
Yeah, there's nothing much change in the game, has there, in terms tactically wise? Both teams are really cancelling each other out, and what's pretty evident, isn't it, the full-backs or wing-backs, or you want to call them, are both predominantly on both sides full-backs, really. So when they do get into the situation down here in the last third, they don't really have that ability to go past people. A bit like you, Aaron, and back in your day.
Yeah, no, yeah, as you said there, they are full-backs. So like you said, when they are getting it out wide, and there is space out wide in these systems, there is space. But like you said, Justin and Gudmundsson, they're not really going to run past you, and it's the same for Man United. Dallo and Shaw, they're not really going to go past you 1v1.
Heaven just gets in front of Calvert-Lewin as the ball spills past Okafor and goes back to Senna Lomans. He clears the ball through the middle of the park up towards Seshko, whose leap was high, but he mistimed his jump, and it was offside anyway, and a free kick has been given to Leeds United. Interestingly, this fixture marks 100 years, 3 months and 2 days since the first top-flight meeting between these two teams. Leeds registered a 2-0 win at Ellen Road on that day in October 1925, and the result helped the Yorkshire club avoid relegation from the old First Division by a single point. Maybe that's a good omen for Leeds United going forward, should they manage to record a victory today. Ball forward by Bio, up towards Calvert-Lewin. It might come through to Aronson, but across the back comes Lenny Yoro and manages to nudge the ball out of play, level with the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. There was just a moment there where the ball was allowed to bounce and two Manchester United defenders went for the same ball, and that caused problems, Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, it does, and that's the thing. I think we've still got to go a little bit more direct, Leeds United. I think they've got to play the balls into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. As you've seen then, it takes out two of Man United centre-backs, and Aronson nearly runs onto it and ends up winning a corner now for the side.
Well, I think there's two balls on the pitch here, so that has to come off first of all. And it's a throw-in down by the corner flag, which Gudmundsson is going to take. But they've set up as if it is a corner. This is how powerful his throw is. And he runs up towards the white line, and then he launches it high into the air. It's flicked on by the defender Strout. Comes back to Gudmundsson, whose effort towards goal is turned round the post by Lomans, and it's out for another corner. Well, he threw that ball in, then got the return header from Stroud, volleyed it left-footed in towards the near post, and it was spooned round the post by the goalkeeper, Steve.
I'm not too sure it's a foul throw, you know. He seems to run with it when he takes it. He runs onto the pitch with it. I'm not sure that's illegal, is it? But it's a corner kick, which has been a problem for United.
Stack to take it, right-footed. It's deep towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's flicked away, comes back to Gruev, and Gruev missed his effort, and it's run through to Ugarte, who's escaping over the halfway line. He needs support, and that support comes from Dorgu. Dorgu keeps going. He's got to the edge of the area now. He's inside the box. He feeds it back to Ugarte. He's looking to get a shot away. He does that, but he's falling when he does so. and it's a shot that goes well wide. Aronson was complaining he felt he was fouled in the tussle with Dorgu as Manchester United went on the escape. But remember, that was a corner kick for Leeds United, and it ended up with a shot on goal from Manchester United because of the quick, rapid counter-attack. The problem is that the rapid counter-attack had to be instigated by Ugarte, and he's not that rapid.
He's not that rapid. Aronson actually just brilliantly recovering. I think it was a foul on him also, but like you said, Man United didn't have the pace to run away from Leeds United there.
Ball cleared by Luca Perry, and then Martinez putting pressure on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin is having a word with his goalkeeper, trying to explain to him what he really wants. Leeds United have won just one of their last 19 Premier League games against Manchester United. They're winless in 9 since a 1-0 home win in September 2002. And Paul Robinson, who I saw earlier on, was in goal that day. Manchester United have won their last 2 away league games against Leeds, but they've never won 3 consecutive games at Ellen Road before. Here is Casemiro, just short of the centre circle. Square pass into Lisandro Martinez. 53 on the clock on TalkSport this Sunday lunchtime. Wherever you are, if you're taking your tree down and getting ready your decorations in your house today and you've got the radio on, thank you very much for lending us your ears. Maybe you've gone for a long walk with TalkSport on your mobile phone. Thank you very much for choosing us. We've got lots of football for you over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you keep it locked here. Cunha's got away from Justin, who's made a mistake, and he's gone down the left-hand side. He's fed the ball into the centre. It's blocked by Biol, who's alert. Comes back out of Shaw in the left-wing position. Needs to get across into the box. He waited and came back in on his right foot, then it's bent by Casemiro to Šeško, who heads the ball incredibly wide. The offside flag will spare the blushes, but the ball into the box from Casemiro with the outside of his right foot was a brilliant bender, and Ben Šeško should have really hit the target. It sort of came off his head as if it was made by a 50p.
Yeah, it's a great ball in from Casemiro, isn't it? And yeah, it's an awful header, isn't it? You'd be disappointed with that. It didn't make any difference because he drifted into a offside position, but a wonderful pass into the box by Casemiro. And again, some great play from Cunha. If there's anybody going to break the deadlock or do something, you would feel it would have to be Cunha.
Jared Gillett is not happy with Luca Perry, who is taking a bit of time over the goal kick, and he's explaining to him that he is going to book him the next time he wastes time. By doing that, of course, Jared Gillett has wasted even more time, and the goal kick will eventually be taken away to our left-hand side. I mean, I felt a bit sorry for Benjamin Šeško because he does look a little bit lacking in confidence, but that was a header which almost underscored the fact that he really is lacking in confidence.
Yeah, he needs a goal, doesn't he, whichever way it comes in.
Here's Okafor down the left-hand side getting into the penalty area. His low ball across the face of goal is nudged behind by Manchester United, and Lenny Yoro and Diego Dallo slap hands as they give away yet another corner kick over on the far side. You do feel as if that there is just something in the air now.
There is something in the air there.
And you would think from a set piece is maybe the way forward is the ball in the box, long throws, corner kick.
Well, there's an opportunity here for the ball to be sent into the box by Anton Stack, who has caused some problems with his deliveries. He whacks it towards the far post. It's misread by Lommans, and coming in at the far post was Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Lommans just got enough on it to take it away from the former Everton man. It goes out the other side for another corner. And Stack will switch one side for the other and come out towards this near touchline to take it. And Daniel Farke, just standing on the edge of his technical area, has gone sitting back down because he's a little bit concerned about his team's approach here. There's a hold by the referee because there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on here, and that's what Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Daniel Farke were concerned about, the fact that Calvert-Lewin is being tugged inside the 18-yard box by Lisandro Martinez. And he's now getting a stern talking to from the Australian official. Here's the corner to be taken by Stack. Stack, 2 hands in the air, right-footed. It's an outswinger in towards the near post area. Flicked away by Cunha. Collected by Aronson, then tossed back down the right by Gudmundsson. Stack volleys the ball goalwards into the penalty area, away by Shaw. Stack going to go towards it again, but Casemiro will get there first. He nudges it out towards the near touchline, and it's Away by Cunha. Back up into the air. A loopy ball by Bio. It did seem to cannon off the hand of Cunha. The referee thought that was accidental. And it's going to go out for a throw. And then there's a little bit of a collision which sees Cunha tumble into the crowd in the first row, just beyond the dugout. He's still not on his feet yet. He gets engaged by some of those Leeds United supporters and is slowly but surely getting back to his feet to rejoin the fray. It's always a little bit frustrating when you end up falling down and into the crowd, as he just did. In fact, he got very, very closely acquainted with some of the Leeds supporters there, didn't he?
I think he was lucky then. I think it was some of the Leeds United staff.
Here is Aronson down the right-hand side, just trying to get away from Heaven, and he just couldn't escape after a first heavy touch. And it's into the arms of Lommans. Do you think it was the Leeds United staff down there?
I think it was, just looking back on the pictures there. I think it was a side. I think they had the Leeds United jackets on.
Maybe he was looking to see if he could get into their notes. Here is Shaw, back to Casemiro. Flick on by Šeško, no one behind him. A ball forward by Strauch. Again, looped up into the air. Aronson wins a header. Drops for Heaven. He nudges it forward. Dorgu doesn't get hold of it, nor does Ugarte. Eventually he does, and then it's played out to the right side. Gudmundsson wrestling with Dalot. Free kick goes against Dalot. It's a Leeds United free kick. You're listening to Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0 on TalkSport with Sky Sports. And don't forget, with Now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Fulham versus Liverpool live today. Search Now Sports. Well,
I'm sure the big debate is always going to be about Šeško, but with the way United play, and specifically today anyway, he's up there on his own constantly. There's nobody around him. When you say about Calvert-Lewin, he's burst into form a little bit, maybe it's because he's got somebody alongside him in Aronson in particular on this occasion. But he's on his own, isolated, and the ball comes along there again from Casemiro, and it's a fight which he's struggling to cope with.
Ryan Coley has scored for Queen's Park Rangers, who lead Sheffield Wednesday bottom of the Championship by 2-0. Here it's still goalless. We're still awaiting the breakthrough. We're almost hitting the hour mark, and Manchester United just opening up the creche to warm up some substitutes away to our left-hand side. Here is Stack out wide to Bornau. Bornau with a low ball in towards the near post. Aronson trying to turn away from Cunha. A little bit of a push, but nothing more than that. And Martinez picked the ball up. Justin put it off his toes and out for a throw-in. It's a Manchester United ball away to our left-hand side. In the Championship, Birmingham League commentary by 3-2. QPR 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. In League 1, it's Bolton 0, Northampton 0. Lincoln 4, Peterborough 2. 10 minutes to go in that game. 3 minutes to go in the game at Wharton Road, where it's Cheltenham 3, Crawley 0. MK Dons lead Chesterfield by 2-1. That's in League 2, and you're up to date here on Talk Sport. Remember, Everton, Brentford, Fulham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Spurs against Sunderland, all to come very shortly. We'll be round the grounds with team news in just a few moments here on Talk Sport. And later on today, Manchester City take on Chelsea at 5:30. Tomorrow we've got that big game involving Leicester and West Brom, two managers that have been under pressure recently in Marty Cifuentes and Ryan Mason. That's on Talk Sport 2. Tuesday night, where West Ham against Nottingham Forest takes centre stage. We are looking forward to that. That's a massive game. Midweek action on Wednesday night from the Premier League. There are 8 games available on the TalkSport network, and then on Thursday night we'll bring you live commentary of the big clash between Arsenal and Liverpool, live and only on TalkSport. Here's Šeško trying to get away from Stack as the ball runs through in towards the Leeds half of the field. He can't do so. Stack gets it back to his goalkeeper, and then Luca Perry will smash it upfield. Let's go off to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and find out what the team news is for their game against Sunderland. James Fielden.
Yeah, Tottenham make 2 changes from the side that drew at Brentford 0-0 a few days ago. Ben Davies comes in for Jed Spence and Matis Tell in for Joao Palhinha. Xavi Simons serving the 3rd of his 3-match game ban. As for Sunderland, they drew 0-0 with Manchester City and they're unchanged from that side. Tottenham against Sunderland is a 3:00 start.
Thank you, James. Here is Licha Martinez sending the ball out towards the Manchester United right. There was a moment there where Manchester United had Ugarte and Dorgu on the ground and tried to defend with only 9 players as a result of that. The game has lost a little bit of attacking intent, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's just gone a little bit scrappy from both sides. No one's putting their foot on the ball. There's no real possession. There's no real intent from either side. It's just gone really scrappy at the start of this second half.
Here is Lenny Yoro, just short of the halfway line. Manchester United can't really solve that by bringing anybody in from the bench, can they? Here is Aronson looking to get the better of Heaven. He's got behind the defence, he shoots it to the far corner and scores. It's a real mistake by Manchester United, and Brendan Aronson has raced away, latched onto the loose ball, got in behind the defence and steered it into the far corner. Daniel Farke has turned this team's confidence around, and now they lead against their biggest rivals. Brendan Aronson with the opener. Manchester United forlorn, and Leeds United go into a state of rapture because they lead Manchester United by 1-0.
Yeah, and it's a simple ball play through the middle, isn't it? And Heaven's just been done for pace. The one mistake he's made all day, just got in behind him. The pace of... He's been the threat all day, if we're being honest. Great finish from the lad.
Yeah, Aidan Heaven just switches off. I don't think he realises that Aronson is coming behind him, and when he does see him, it's too late. But take no credit away from Aronson. It's a fantastic finish. He drives in behind it. He tucks it away lovely on his left-hand side. He has been the bright spark for Leeds today, and it's a fantastic finish.
Well, Lenny Yoro made a mistake. He gives the ball away in the right full-back position. They turn it over Leeds very quickly, and it just ends up behind the defence, as you say, who had switched off Heaven, and all of a sudden Aronson was speeding away. Yoro has been taken off and replaced by Joshua Zirkzee as Manchester United look to try and alter this predicament. But you just wonder what that does for Manchester United, Steve Bruce, because they find themselves a goal behind here and lacking a real threat.
Yeah, that's been the problem all day. They've now brought on Zirkzee. Will he go up top? Will he play in that position and go alongside Sesko? I'm not so sure. Looking at it the way it is,
it looks like he's going to go to the right
and play Cunha off as a 10, maybe.
Dorgu's gone to the right wing-back position. Dallow's gone as part of the back three. He's playing alongside Heaven and Martinez, and Shaw's stayed out on the left-hand side. So it's just not a change of system, it's just a change of personnel. It's moving the pieces around on the chessboard. Here is Šeško into Cunha, back to Cunha again, blocked by Stack, and then it's picked up by Justin, who helps it forward. Heaven manages to get up in front of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and nudge it away, and then it drops for Lisandro Martinez, and it's picked up by Casemiro. Let's go off to Craven Cottage, where the champions of England, as they were last year, are the visitors for TalkSport's Alex Crook.
And the big news is there's no Hugo Ekitike in the Liverpool squad. He's out with a minor injury. Both teams make 3 changes for Fulham. Diop, Castagna and Kearney come in. Tete has a hamstring issue. Berger and Kevin also drop out for Liverpool. Kirkes, Gakpo and McAllister replace Frimpong, Ekitike and Robertson. It's Fulham against Liverpool.
Matthias Cunha sneaks round the back and pokes Manchester United level. An instant response from Ruben Amorim's team. The ball played down the right side, and it's this time the Leeds United defence that are caught out. Šeško into Zirkzee. Zirkzee plays the ball in the inside right channel, and with his first touch as the goalkeeper advances, he pokes it to the right of the goalkeeper. It nestles in the corner of the net, and it's 1-1, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, an instant reply, and that little maybe change to have Cunha in the 10 position rather than playing on the left, maybe. You don't know. They're a little bit fluid, but it's a wonderful pass from Zirkzee, who's only been on the pitch a minute.
Well, it's exactly what Ruben Amorim wanted when he made that change. And Manchester United, who suffered a blow, are now on the scoreboard, and it's 1-1. Aaron Leonard, it's the worst possible situation for Daniel Farke, having got in front and immediately surrendered the lead.
Yeah, you've just got yourself in front of the lead, and all you've got to do is be calm, take control, take this thing out of the game for 5 minutes, and it's a disaster for Leeds. There's no pressure on the ball in the middle of the park. Zirkzee picks it up. The back line has to drop. It's a wonderful one by Cunha, and it's a great finish, but it's a disastrous 5 minutes for Leeds United there because they've just got their noses in front.
Ball cleared away by the goalkeeper Lomans up towards Zirkzee. Into the path of Ugarte. Now it's on to Šeško. Bit more swagger about Manchester United now as they come forward, looking to send Luke Shaw down the inside left channel. It's won by Ugarte, and there's just a little bit of hesitancy about Leeds United, who just feel as if they've suffered a bit of a setback here, having got themselves in front. Calvert-Lewin holds the ball up well, then steers it centrally. Bornau away, and it goes all the way through to Heaven. But all of a sudden, the tide has turned again, Steve.
All of a sudden, they're a threat. They've got an attacking player on the pitch, haven't they, in Zerki, and we've just seen the evidence of it. He's got himself in a little pocket of space and slid a delightful pass through to Cunha, and all of a sudden, it's all Manchester United.
Well, both teams have been struggling with injury, but Manchester United's paucity of options was laid bare at the beginning of the game when we looked at the bench. The only real senior players, Malacia and Joshua Zirkzee, who's been linked with a move to Roma, a loan deal with a view to a permanent move, but he's come off the bench here and made an impact, and he scored in the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers in midweek. And then there was a little bit of discussion about why he was withdrawn in that game. Some felt he didn't do enough, others felt that maybe it was a bad decision from Ruben Amorim, but he's made a good decision by bringing him on, because he's the one who set up the goal for Matthias Cunha here, and it's 1-1 at Ellen Road. Ball out of play over on the far side, thrown in by Gudmundsson, up towards the midpoint of the Manchester United half. Heaven away, collected by Calvert-Lewin, tucked away by Aidan Heaven. Gruev, is there a winner in this game in the final 23 minutes of the match? Šeško, Zirkzee and Cunha now all on the pitch for Manchester United. And Leeds United have won a free kick just in front of the halfway line. Daniel Farke hasn't turned to his bench yet. Do you think he will do soon, Aaron Lennon?
Yeah, I was just looking down the line there to see the lads warming up. You've got Ganonto, you've got Peru, you've got Nemecha, you've got Tanaka. And you have to think Leeds played on Thursday night, which is a quick turnaround for Leeds. Man United only played on Tuesday, which is 48 hours difference. So it's a massive difference. So I think Leeds will be looking to freshen it up soon.
They have a free kick over on the far side. It's taken by Stack into the penalty area, headed away by Shaw. It comes out as far as Aronson. Aronson trying to turn, but Casemiro has pinched it. He travels forward, flicks it away from Biol, wants a free kick, doesn't get it. The ball's turned over and Leeds have it once again. Those white shirts steaming forward now. Stack spots the run of Okafor, who's got into a space down the left-hand side. His low cross is a poor one, though. Doesn't reach Calvert-Lewin. It's away by Heaven. It's out for a throw.
Yeah, it's a poor cross by Okafor in the end, but it's a great run, and they've just got to get the ball to him. He's got the beating down that side. He's a threat every time he gets the ball. We've just got to keep getting the ball out to him, and he has to do a little bit better on his delivery there at the end.
Here's the long throw to cause chaos in the Manchester United penalty area once again, in front of the Norman Hunter stand, away to our right-hand side. Longstaff warming up down in front of us is just coming back in. The ball launched into the air. A bit too much air on that possibly, but flicked on in towards Okafor, whose overhead kick is clawed away by the goalkeeper brilliantly. Well, it was a super athletic effort from Noah Okafor, whose overhead kick was pushed away by Senna Lomans down low to his left, and he prevents Leeds United from taking the lead again, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like slow motion, didn't it? We're all seeing the overhead, and wow, it ends up being a really, really great save from Lemons, because at one stage I just thought it was easy going to collect it, but when you look at the replay, it's a great save.
Lomans with a big intervention for Manchester United, who have clawed their way back into this game. 1-1 the score. Gudmundsson with the throw from the right-hand side. Steve's not happy about that technique, by the way. He wants it investigated. VAR.
VAR needs to look at the throw-in. Absolutely, it's not right.
Well, it looks like the ball's gone out of play, and it's away for a goal kick away to our right-hand side, or an offside. Either way, Manchester United have the ball, but you're a bit worried about the fact that this throw-in, he seems to sort of go onto the pitch after he's released the ball.
He runs onto the pitch with it, doesn't he? So when does he release it? I mean, that's what we've got to have a look at, but it's certainly it's against the rules, I believe.
You're listening to Leeds United 1, Manchester United 1 on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it, book now at enterprise.co.uk. Manchester United unbeaten in 5 Premier League away games before losing at Aston Villa in their last away match on December the 21st. And they have shown a bit of character to respond immediately to the setback here, to come back and level the game up. The referee has given a free kick in Manchester United's favour. Over on the far side, the right as they look at it. Let's go off to the game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. TalkSport's Matt Jones.
2 changes for Everton, with the good news being Jack Grealish is back, and so is Michael Keane, as Nathan Patterson and Merlin Royal drop to the bench. As for Brentford, Aaron Hickey, Matthias Jensen and Mikkel Damsgaard start in place of Rico Henry, Jordan Henderson and Keane Lewis Potter, who are all among the subs.
Bornau pinches the ball on the halfway line. It's picked up by Aronson, who tried to release Calvert-Lewin. He fired that through the middle of the pitch. It was well read by Heaven. It's cleared away by Manchester United. Given away again by Manchester United, but won back by Cunha, who spreads the play to the right, but he's overhit that pass. It won't reach Dorgu. It will run all the way through to Luca Perry, so we can go off to St James's Park and say a Happy New Year to TalkSport's Steve Harmison.
Yeah, Happy New Year. It's one change for Crystal Palace. It's a 35 million man, Brennan Johnson. He starts as Justin Devaney drops to the bench. Newcastle make one change from their Burnley win in midweek, and that's Jacob Murphy in for Harvey Barnes. Newcastle boosted with Trippier, Botman and Livramento all on the bench. It's Newcastle versus Crystal Palace from St James's Park.
Game Day Live with Ian Dante will give you all the goals as they go in. If you want EFL, it's over on TalkSport 2. Middlesbrough against Southampton is live on TalkSport 2 from 2 o'clock this afternoon. And the final word will wrap up everything with Majestic and Alan Pardew from 6. Manchester United on the hunt down the right-hand side, pushing the ball into Sesko. Cleared away by Stroud. A little Cruyff turn by Aronson, who's been the best player on the pitch. Plays it towards the left. Out it goes towards the far side. Okafor trying to get past Casemiro, who blocks his run, deflects the ball out, and it's away for a throw. And a pivotal time in the game now, Steve. 73 minutes on the clock. This game's on a knife edge.
Yeah, and that's when you would be looking at your bench, wouldn't you, and thinking, can I make a change? Can I make something happen? Can I make a difference? And unfortunately, Manchester United have got a lot of youth team players, and I don't say literally youth team, under 21 players, not a lot of experience there to bring on and make any difference.
But worth reiterating, the Manchester United bench. Malacia, obviously the only senior player now left on it after Xerxes came off, but Fredrickson, Fletcher, the two Fletcher twins, Jack and Tyler, who are 18 years of age, Shea Lacey, Bendito Mantato and Goodwill Kukonki are the available options for Ruben Amorim. It looks like Lucas Mecha is about to come on for Noah Okafor in the next few moments for Leeds United as they look to try and win the game late on. Xerxes out wide to Cunha. Cunha approaching the left edge of the penalty area for Manchester United. On to Xerxes, makes a good run. He's ball into the box, steered goalwards by Šeško, and it's wide of the post. It's a big miss for Benjamin Šeško. He should be finding the target with that, and he's missed the target from 6 yards out, and he's missed a great opportunity to put Manchester United into the lead. Steve Bruce.
Yeah, just when we were talking about Sesko, and you just need that for him, something like that to go in, and it's come to him, and it's a really good chance, and unfortunately he's hit it past the near post, where anywhere on target you would think it's a goal.
Yeah, it's a massive chance for Sesko. Leeds again get played down the side. It's a great run by Xerxes again. He's finding that little pocket of space. It's a great pullback, and Sesko's got to be hitting the target there. He should be scoring, and it's a massive let off for Leeds United.
Confirmation of that change. Okafor off, Mecha on. And commentary of it, a player sent off. Bobby Thomas was sent off in the 5th minute of stoppage time as they try and chase some sort of equaliser, but it has just gone full time there. Birmingham 3, Coventry 2, and Coventry have lost and dropped points in their race to get into the Premier League. All the fallout a little bit later on. Lincoln have scored a 5th goal against Peterborough United. 5-2 the score there, and Chesterfield have equalised away at MK Dons. That's just finished. MK Dons 2, Chesterfield 2 in League 2. Here it's 1-1 with 15 minutes to go. Header forward by Stroud. Back by Casemiro to Šeško. He's missed a couple of good chances in the game today. Again, it's collected by Heaven, and then on to Casemiro. Now Cunha. He travels laterally towards the halfway line, but he's chased and harassed by Bornau, who then has a little kick out at Luke Shaw. That's going to be a free kick on the halfway line. QPR 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Full-time score in the Championship. Bolton have drawn 0-0 with Northampton. That Lincoln game is finished now. 5-2 in their favour against Peterborough in League 1. In League 2, it's finished at Cheltenham. They've beaten Crawley 3-0 and MK Dons 2, Chesterfield 2. That's finished there as well. Lots of games in the EFL throughout the course of the day. We'll keep you updated with Ian Danter from 2:30 this afternoon here on TalkSport. And then remember, we've got live action on TalkSport 2 from the Championship. And then all the fallout with Alan Pardew and Majestic later on from 6 o'clock tonight. Ball upfield towards Šeško, headed away by Stroud. Šeško wants it played down the middle again. It's overhit by Xerxes as he tries to steer it into the path of the Slovenian. It's gobbled up by Luca Perry. big 10 minutes, 15 minutes for both these two teams, you feel?
Yeah, and Man United look a different threat with the boy Zirkzee on the pitch. He's made a difference to them. They've given him a threat going forward. He's overhit that pass with Sesko at the moment, but they look to be the ones got in the driving seat have gone in the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it looks that way. I think Leeds are tiring here. I think you're seeing the effects of the game 2 days ago.
And they're coming down the left there with Gudmundsson trying to get the better of Dalot. Just sees that ball out of play. It's away for a goal kick. Ellen Road has been a real major weapon for Leeds, though. They've picked up 21 points this season. 15 of them have come at home, only 6 of them away. And, you know, you have to understand in the last 10-15 minutes that the intensity will certainly increase. Both teams have been guilty of scoring, conceding late goals over the course of the season. Anything could happen. And 3 points, if Leeds were to garner it here today, if they were to risk everything and go for it and get it, they'd find themselves 10 points clear of the relegation zone. If Manchester United were to get it, then there will be some serious daylight between those and the chasing pack, and they'd be into the top 4 temporarily ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea. So the prize is on offer for someone. But at the moment it's 1-1. Here is Zirkzee round the corner for Šeško, and they want it played forward again. He was actually in an onside position there, Šeško, and Casemiro didn't turn it over the top. Ball sent down the left by Struijk. He was looking for the run of Mecha. It goes out of play. We're going to get Tanaka and Nonto as they look to win it here. Leeds 1, Manchester United 1. The latest odds are available at Betfair, the official betting partner of TalkSport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Leeds to win the game at 9-2. The draw is 13-8 on. It's 3-1 for Manchester United to win it. That's all thanks to Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, begambleaware.org. Tanaka and Nonto coming on. What difference will that make, Aaron Lennon?
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with these two coming on now. Both fantastic players. Tanaka, good, brilliant on the ball, and Willie Gnonto offering something different in attack.
Here come Manchester United though, with Šeško going through in the middle. It just sort of spilt into his favour, but Perry was quickly off his line to clear from the edge of the box. It was good goalkeeping.
It was good goalkeeping. He gets his distances right there because Man United are looking threatening. They're looking for them balls in behind now. They're picking up the balls in the pockets and they're looking to play in behind Leeds United's backline. So Leeds have got to be careful here. That backline has to drop when there's no pressure on the ball.
Do you know what the key thing is? Is that here's Šeško playing it down the right side, looking for Dorgu. Dorgu trying to get the better of Gudmundsson, who does brilliantly. He got a push in the back as well. It's going to be a free kick. What's really interesting about Daniel Parker is he got a lot of stick in the first half of the season, Stephen. You know what it's like when you're a manager. Everybody's questioning your decisions. You're trying to juggle a new squad in a new league. It's very, very difficult to try and get the balance right. But what he's done since changing system and changing approach is he's dragged this team into a brilliant run of 6 games unbeaten. This could be 7 unbeaten today, which is brilliant for a team that are fighting relegation and fighting to get some distance between them and the relegation zone. But he's not afraid to change tacking games now, which was a criticism that was levelled at him. And he's going to go to a back 4 here because Bornau is coming off, Gruev is coming on, and 2 relatively attacking players, Tanaka, who's a playmaker, and Gnonto, who is a very speedy winger, are coming on.
Well, he's just in the last 10-15 minutes in particular, since Man United have scored, have thought Man United are a threat. What can I do to change this, and how can I make us better? Can I bring freshness on the pitch, change your formation, change your personnel? I hope being a little bit of a red, that it doesn't work, but
Mecha trying to take the ball over the top of Heaven, and it just goes through towards the goalkeeper.
He's done a wonderful job here since he's been here, so we shouldn't be questioning him. You know, the fella's got 100 and odd points in the Championship last year, didn't he? And ran away with it. He's it's always difficult when you arrive at a club like as big as this with the expectation it's got. But they just want to try and stay in the division.
Šeško through the legs of Tanaka, finds Zirkzee out to the wide right position, and Dorgu as Manchester United come on the attack. Is Cunha with an effort, hits the outside of the post, and it goes wide of the goal. Brilliant effort from Matthias Cunha from the edge of the area. Lovely bit of football from Manchester United. Šeško, Zirkzee, Dorgu, all involved. And then a right-footed curler, which was swinging its way in towards the inside of the post. Just hit the frame of the goal and goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a wonderful effort by Cunha. I think Lucas Perry is beaten there. It's just behind him. It's Cunha is looking lively these last 15 minutes. He's a top player. He has that little bit of magic, and if they can get him in the game, it's worrying times for Leeds United.
Manchester United take on Burnley in midweek, then it's Brighton in the FA Cup, then they've got the Manchester Derby live on TalkSport in a couple of weeks' time. We'll be there for that one. That's on the 17th of January. busy old time for everybody. Leeds United got Newcastle away in midweek, then Derby in the FA Cup, the Brian Clough Derby game. Fulham and then Everton and Arsenal are the next opponents. The ball drops out of the sky. Dorgu gets crunched, free kick.
Do you know, he's had his critics, the boy Zerkey, since he's arrived at Manchester, and he doesn't do this and doesn't do that, the other. He's made a big difference in this game where we've just seen all of a sudden his confidence sky high with a big ball coming out of the skies. Pull it down, but flicked it round the corner.
If reports are to be believed, they're still trying to sell him.
Well, I don't think Man United can sell anybody now with the injury problems they've got and all the rest of it, and he's just reminded everybody what a good player he is, the kid, you know. As I said, he's had his critics, but he certainly turned this game round for Manchester.
1-1 the score. This is TalkSport with 8 minutes to go. And Leeds United took the lead after 62 minutes. Brendan Aronson just 3 minutes later. Matthias Cunha managed to equalise for the visitors, and it will mean that Manchester United go up into 5th position just behind Liverpool. There'll be 2 points behind Liverpool after this, although Liverpool and Chelsea will both have games in hand, Sunderland 2. And Leeds United, well, I think more crucially actually, will put 8 points between them and West Ham. And that's massive. I mean, you know, we talked about the 10 points, but 8 points at this stage of the season is huge, isn't it?
8 points at this stage of the season would be huge. Look, if you ask any Leeds United fan, if they would have taken it at the start of the season, they would have beat your hand off. So look, if Leeds United couldn't even get a point today, it would be massive for this football club.
Here is Nonto on this near side, the Leeds United right. He feeds the ball back into Biol, who's been playing at the heart of the defence, and now into a back four Leeds United as they look to try and win the game late on here at Ellen Road. 7 minutes to go for them to do so. Nonto feeds it wide. It's on to James Justin. James Justin travels up the pitch. He's got Martinez in front of him. Nonto tries to play it past Casemiro. There's a couple of ricochets on the edge of the box. Comes through to Calvert-Lewin into Aronson inside the area. He goes down. The referee says no penalty. Heaven will clear from the left side of the box, but it's Tanaka who gets on there first. Xerxes wins the ball. Nonto picks his pocket. Tanaka gets it forward. Bit scrappy in the middle of the park. Someone needs to put the foot on the ball and keep it calm. Lisandro Martinez floats it to Cunha, and then he travels out from the back with the ball for Manchester United, wins the foul and gets the free kick and takes the pressure off the defence, Steve Bruce.
Yeah, that little bit of quality, just took what you asked for. Just bought the foul, didn't he? Waited for him.
Crossfield pass from Cunha is aimed towards Dorgu. Into the air it goes from Gudmundsson, but Dorgu allowed it to bounce and then headed it down, and then across went Aronson, who was quickest to it. Šeško's got hold of it though. He's 10 yards short of the Leeds United penalty area on the right. Dorgu tries to come in field. He runs into Aronson, who then pinches the ball and squeezes away up the pitch, but he runs into Dallo and it's turned over again. It's been a little bit like that for the last few minutes. Just a little bit scrappy, ebbed and flowed. Possession not retained by either of the two teams. And as we go into the final 5 minutes of the game is very much still in the balance, on the knife edge here. As Yorkshire takes on Lancashire, as Manchester takes on Leeds, two big cities not too far away, only 50 minutes across the highest stretch of motorway in the country. Who comes away with the bragging rights? At the moment, they're being shared. Manchester United, though, have looked a little bit livelier since their goal. Here's Ugarte into Xerxes, who might be the catalyst for that. Back to Casemiro, further wide now onto Dorgu. Dorgu travelling down the touchline. He's got Xerxes in front of him. He turns and fires it centrally onto Ugarte. Ugarte wants support. Martinez comes up to do that. Up towards the midpoint of the Leeds half, and then a ball into the box, which is a poor delivery, which is easily snaffled up and cleared away by Biol. And then Martinez almost gives it away, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin has it just short of the halfway line. There's a bit of a scrap for the ball, and Ugarte gets it back. Crikey, it's a bit messy as we get into the last few minutes of the game. Joel Pirot is about to come on for Leeds United. Dorgu just sort of fired the ball into a middle area of the pitch. It's run through towards Heaven, who heads it on. Calvert-Lewin trying to get hold of it. Heaven accelerates, gets it back towards his goalkeeper. And this lacked a little bit of composure in the last few minutes.
It really has. It's gone really, really scrappy from both sides. No composure showed in these last couple of minutes. Both teams just hitting it long.
Maybe a bit of fatigue, maybe a bit of tiredness.
Fatigue is definitely settling in, yes it is.
Look, they only played on Thursday night, didn't they, Leeds United, in what was a really demanding game away at Liverpool. But they don't lose very often, do they? I mean, look at their results recently. They've beaten Chelsea, and they drew with Sunderland, and drew with Brentford away, when arguably the better team in both those two games. And you know, they come away with all 3 points against Crystal Palace in a match where they scored 4 set-piece goals. And they're going to draw this one unless someone can come up with a timely intervention in the final few moments of the game. Maybe that will be Joel Peru, last year's championship instigator. And he replaces Brendan Aronson, who I think, Aaron Leonard, has probably been Leeds' standout performer.
Yeah, I thought he's had a fantastic game. From minute one, he's been at it. He's been the most influential player on the pitch for me, actually, not just for Leeds United. I thought he's really good on and off the ball also. People forget, it's not just going forward. His work rate off the ball is phenomenal. Really good performance from Aronson today.
Here is Martinez up towards the halfway line. He motors down the left, checks back past Calvert-Lewin and then turns it back into the path of Casemiro. Casemiro then looks up, eyes darting everywhere, needs a bit of support. Heaven. Manchester United still playing the back three, despite the fact that they need a little bit more attacking intent. Just wonder whether or not there was a possibility to sort of release one of those centre-halves, Steve Bruce, for the final few minutes of the game.
Yeah, you would have thought so, maybe, but I have to say they've been in control. They've been in control for the last 10-15 minutes since they scored.
Not in control here because Leeds have managed to play the ball into Anton Stack round the wrong side of the defence. He's giving it to Peru, whose curling effort left-footed is only narrowly over the top. Senna Lomans didn't know where it was going, and it seemed to just go straight past him, and it was only the height of the delivery from Peru that took it over the top of the crossbar, and only narrowly so, Aaron Lennon.
Oh, he's so unlucky there, Peru. He bends it in. The goalkeeper is beaten. The goalkeeper has stood on the spot. He's beaten at all hands, and Peru just puts a little bit too much on it. He's so unlucky. Just nestles over the top of that right-hand top corner.
What a chance, Steve Bruce, for Leeds United.
Yeah, from nothing really. From nothing, they've broke away, and Man United have up the pitch, and all of a sudden they've left themselves a bit bare. It's a great effort from Peru with his left foot, his wrong side.
Lomans with the delivery upfield, flicked on by Cunha. All of a sudden, Leeds United just getting a little bit more of the ball, and Peru has put it through the legs of Casemiro and found Stack in the dead centre of the Manchester United half. It's gone wide to Gudmundsson, who accelerates out on the left-hand side. He's got Dorgu for company, struggling to shake him off. And the ball goes out of play and away for a throw-in. And you know what that means? There's going to be a torpedo into the box. And the majority of the 36,000 crowd here want this to end up in a bit of chaos inside the Manchester United penalty area. Everybody has to concentrate as we go into the final minute of the match. The ball in the arms of Gudmundsson. And you just wonder what the future holds here. Gudmundsson swings the ball in towards the near post. Strout goes up towards it. Šeško away. Comes out as far as Gudmundsson. Oh, there was a push at the near post. And it's going to be a free kick. And all of that build-up and drama comes to nothing because someone decided to just push Patrick Dorgu in the back. It was Pascal's strike.
Yeah, it's a blatant foul, isn't it, when you look at it? Silly, really, from the guy, yeah?
Yeah, it's so naive there. Like I said, he's got both hands on his back. There's no need there. The ball's coming in the box. Don't foul. Let the ball come in.
Well, it's only one defeat in 8 for Manchester United in the Premier League, but maybe not enough wins, only 3 since the end of October. It's going to be 10 Premier League meetings with Leeds that Manchester United have gone without defeat since Harry Kewell scored the winner for Terry Venable's team in 2002. The last time that they beat them, they were a League One side. Jermaine Beckford scored at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. Can they come up with a winner late on here? Peru round the corner. Space for Nonto. Down into the right wing position. Produced a cross. Hits the defender Cunha, who got back to help his defence. It goes out and away for a corner. But was there a handball there from Matthias Cunha?
The Leeds players are surrounding the referee here.
Well, he's saying he slipped as he went to try and block that. But certainly there was a suggestion of hands. Well, I think it hit his leg and then his hand, didn't it? But his hand was in an unnatural position, Steve Bruce.
It's in an unnatural position. Does he hit his leg first?
Yeah, I think
does he get away with it then?
I think because it hits his leg and then goes onto his arm, he's going to get away with it. But I tell you what, if you were in Europe, that's a penalty.
Yeah, he's a lucky man there, I'll tell you that, because his hand's in an unnatural position. It doesn't need to be up there.
Here is the corner on the near touchline. Stack to take it. It's in towards the near post, away by Casemiro. No one attacked it for Leeds. Back in by Stack with a looping header. Flicked on by Beale. It's loose inside the box. Stack again tries to keep it alive. It comes back towards Peru. The sliding shot, which is blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box and scrambled away by Manchester United. Back it comes from Nonto. Oh, it's a poor header. Ugarte has won it. And Cunha has got hold of it just over the halfway line now. Manchester United retain possession. We've got 4 minutes of added time, of which we've already wandered into the second of those. Live on Talk Sport. Is there one last chance for someone to win it? Manchester United coming forward. Oh my word. Ugarte played the ball down the left side and Seško didn't know what coordinates were required. He didn't look completely lost where he was. Xerxes has it, slides it down the left. Shaw with Seško waiting in the centre. He sends the ball into the near post. It hits James Justin, goes out for a throw-in. Steve Bruce.
Yeah, it's gone end to end in the last couple of minutes, hasn't it? Shaw will be a little bit disappointed here now with another long throw coming into the box.
Well, they've missed so many creative talents. No Mount, no Fernandes, no Ahmad, no Mbeumo. Manchester United need some inspiration from somewhere. Can Dalot provide it with a long throw in towards the near post, flicked on by Seško into the air. Shaw with a header. The ball drops inside the box. Nonto gets it away and it goes up towards the halfway line. 92 minutes 12 seconds on the clock. Martinez gets it back to centre Lomans. Lomans sends it long. Aidan Heaven stays up from the back to try and win the header. It's away by Justin. Calvert-Lewin leaps. Nonto gets hold of it. Can he take it out towards the near touchline? He plays the ball infield to Tanaka, and Tanaka tries to spray it out to Mecha, who's got lots of space on the left-hand side. He kills it brilliantly. He gets up to the edge of the area, tries to feed it to Calvert-Lewin, but he didn't get the pass right, Aaron Lennon.
He doesn't get it right. He takes a wonderful first touch, and he's just got to fire it into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Tough. But
Tanaka robs Cunha of the ball, plays it down towards the left. It's on to Mecha. Mecha inside the penalty area, tries to cut back in on his right foot, runs into traffic, and Manchester United are able to bring it clear, but only as far as Stack. The ball runs loose on the edge of the penalty area. Still it's not clear by Manchester United. High foot by Ugarte. Referee says play on. Xerxes picks it up and charges forward. He runs into Pascal Strike. He then charges forward. Bounces off of Casemiro. It's like a Dodgems arena. Everyone bouncing off one another. Perrault trying to go past Aidan Heaven. Dalot comes across. He clears, but gives it straight to Anton Stack, who volleys it goalwards and is miles wide. It goes out for a goal kick, and with 30 seconds of added time remaining, I think it's going to finish 1-1, Steve.
It's like schoolboy stuff, isn't it? It's been like an under-11s game in the last 2-3 minutes. I don't know where anybody's playing anymore. They just keep giving the ball back to each other and going from one end. It's very entertaining, I have to say, but very, very, very difficult to watch.
Will Leeds see it as a missed opportunity, this, Aaron Lennon, despite the fact that they're at the bottom of the table, because of Manchester United's paucity of options? Will they be looking back at this and thinking we could have got 3 points here?
I think they will do. I think they'll look back at this and think this game was there for the taking. I think this game was, if Leeds could have upped it a little bit.
They might still do that. Mecha round the back into the penalty area, trying to centre it, couldn't find a precise pass, and it's away off the toes of Nonto and cleared upfield. Ball went out of play. There's one last throw. The referee has played 94 minutes and 23 seconds, but there is one last chance to get it into the box. They've got to do it quickly. Tanaka sends it long. Calvert-Lewin keeps hold of it, edge of the penalty area. This is the last action of the game. Calvert-Lewin into the box, plays it against Cunha, and that will be the final whistle. And Leeds United hopes of surviving in the Premier League might just, when they look back on it, have got a very big boost, because it's their best run in the top flight for 25 years. They have done it by getting a point against the team they hate the most. They got in front thanks to Brendan Aronson, but Matthias Cunha very quickly equalised for Manchester United. Both teams lacked a little bit of quality, but gave absolutely everything this lunchtime. It might have been a missed opportunity. It might be a point that really helps them in the end, because 8 points now separate Leeds United and West Ham in the relegation zone. And right now, at this stage of the season, that feels like a chasm. Leeds United won, Manchester United won.
And what a fantastic end to the game. I mean, two sides didn't want to hold on to the ball. They kept giving it to each other. You have a go, you have a go. And in the end, it finished all square. It's another draw for Leeds. It's another draw for Manchester United. And I would say, Steve Bruce, that's just about a fair result.
A fair result on the day. You couldn't accuse anybody of lack of effort, and both teams. It's a great result for Leeds at the end of the day. Look, Man United very, very lose very often here. So if a team that's just been promoted and got into the division to go 7 games unbeaten is quite remarkable, really, and well done to them. They've had a change of fortune. You can see why you can see why they've been so good over the last few weeks and the way they've set themselves up. They've given themselves every chance of staying in the division.
They have as well. Draw with Liverpool away and now a draw with Manchester United. But Aaron Lennon, if I throw a couple of facts from the game at you, for example, Leeds took the lead. 3 minutes later, they lost the lead. I think Nonto coming on as late as he did, I thought he took up some great positions between the lines. His passing was good. He was dynamic. He made things happen. And there was a chance for Pirou at the end, who scored a lot of goals last season, hasn't really seen much action this season. And yes, he changed things in game, Daniel Farke, but did he change it soon enough?
Maybe a little bit too late. Like you said, I thought Willie Gnonto looked to Pirou and so did Pirou. I do believe that you could have probably gone to a 4 a little bit earlier. I think, but like I said, what killed them was conceding the goal so early after going in front. They just needed to take time. They need to settle the game, take the sting out of the game, and have a little bit of a spell. Kill the game, slow it down, and then I really think they could have got back on top of that game and maybe seen it through. But in the end of it, I think it was a fair result. I think 1-1 was a fair result. I thought Man United had a little bit of a spells in that second half. I thought Xerxes was brilliant when he came on. He was finding brilliant pockets, and he caused Leeds United some real problems. But as we said in commentary there, 8 points clear of the bottom 3. And Leeds United 7 unbeaten now. This team is playing really well, and I think in the end they'll be really happy now with a point.
Steve Bruce, we're talking about Sesko again, but he missed a great chance, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you feel for him a little bit at the moment. He never gives up. He works hard. He's tireless in his work rate, and I'm sure he'll turn it round. He's been given a wonderful opportunity to win it on the 6-yard box. Nearly just had to hit the target. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for him. It was a bit instinctive because it came at him so quick. But I feel for him a little bit because he leads the line and there's nobody around him for large periods of the game. But look, with the problems that they've had, and certainly when you look at the personnel that they've got playing and who's not playing, then it's a fairly decent result. As I said, Zerki, who all this stuff that he's going to Roma on loan, that's a big call at this particular moment now, because he looked a threat when he came onto the football pitch. And with the lack of bodies that they've got in this particular time, I find it very, very strange if Man United let anybody out at this particular moment.
Yeah, he set up the equaliser as well, didn't he? 3 minutes after Leeds had taken the lead. Do you think, listen, I know, Aaron, that Man United have got a lot of players out. If Ethan Ampadu is playing today, Leeds could have won that, no?
I do believe so. Ethan Ampadu is massively important for this Leeds United team. And I think that moment, like we talked about, when they just needed that someone in the middle of the park to slow the game down, to have that know-how, that game management when you take the lead, I think Ethan would have been that player who could have sorted that out in the middle of the park. But look, the lads done well today. I thought Aronson was brilliant. I thought Aronson was class. From moment one, I thought he was a threat all game. I thought even defensively, recovery runs back, he was brilliant. He took a lot of stick from Leeds United fans over the last couple of years, but he was fantastic today. But I think overall they'll be pleased with the performance.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you're talking about who played well. Time now for us to pick our man of the match with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
The Here For It hero on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
We're going to have a big board meeting here. You'll get a vote. I might even get the casting vote. Might give Sam the casting vote. So, Steve Bruce, who's your man of the match?
Aronson, I'd say.
You can pick yourself.
Can I throw? Find it hard to pick a Leeds player. Come on,
Steve. I thought you had a good game, so
I'll throw Cunha into the mix.
Okay, so
Cunha in the mix, yeah.
We've got Cunha, Aronson. So Aaron Lennon, you got the casting vote. Who's getting it?
Aronson for me. I do believe it was out of Cunha and Aronson. I thought they were the two players, like I said, who made the difference. Of both players who got the goals today, but not just the goals today. I thought they were the two players who had that little bit of quality, that little bit of magic. But for me, Aronson just nicks it, obviously being a Leeds boy.
Yeah, Cunha.
Can I change?
Yeah, he did well.
Can I change?
Yeah, you go on.
I've got to go Cunha.
He's absolutely done you with Cunha.
I thought somebody's coming up to hit me here, by the way.
Absolutely amazing.
They just heard that, I think.
And I'll tell you what, we'll give it jointly to both of them. That was our Here For It hero, man of the match from today's game with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.